All right. Hello. Hi. Hey. All right. We're just hanging out today. It's an easy day today. Oh. What a life we live, you know? It's great. I did that early. I don't know how to look at this before going to it. I have to learn how to do that. There's like a way you can transition before you actually, like, you know, do a transition. And I need to learn how to do that. Boom. All right. We'll turn this off. Then we'll go here. Return. What? Config. So we played this on my birthday, I think, in May. But basically, this girl, this is us. We're purple hair, rainbow girl, right? And this is we dated a girl. We failed because I let people pick, but then it was, and then I picked, and then I got it right. But that was her. She's the perfectionist gamer girl who's absolute slob. I say that because I'm projecting. We could go with our best friend. We could go on the sports team. We could go with the music girl. I think we might go the music girl. And pray that my friend, who I think would be like, hey, that's me. Yeah, look, see. So we did Shiorigoto. This is the prologue. We can, we'll do the prologue again. And then we'll be able to meet them all again. Yeah, I think that's how we'll go. Nice and easy. Nice and... Okay, let's get this penguin off my head. I was tweaking out and I put him on my head last stream. Okay. Chat's a little too big. Let me... Boom. There we go. I think that's good enough. Should be good. We'll do prologue. Begin the prologue. Yes. Oh, I forgot. I do voices. I just finished a bowl of chili, so I'm not really vocally warmed up. Give me a second. All right, I warmed up.
Class is over.
I stretched out my arms, happy to be free of classes for the day. The fall term had just started, but it was already tiresome. Getting up from my desk, I went over to talk to my friend.
Hey, Himeka, did you make sure to take enough notes today?
This is... Sorry, I gotta write a notepad, and a notepad. I'm gonna try and remember the voices I do. Nightshade. Me. Falsetto. I just go into a falsetto for that one. White friend, as in white-haired friend. Raspy tomboy. Raspy tomboy. And then if it evolves, we still have the backup. This was Kiyomi Ito. This was Kiyomi Ito. She ran for the track team. She always seemed to feel cold, so she wore her school hoodie all the time.
I did, but it was a really boring class.
Boring or not? No, I'm not gonna do that voice. I'm not gonna do that.
Boring or not?
Dude, it's gonna be Hermione Granger. Fine, we'll do Hermione for that. Nerd. Or Hermione.
Boring or not, it's always good to take notes.
This other girl was Izumi Kawano. Even though she was only a second year, she was already captain of the volleyball team. All of her teammates looked up to her.
I'll be fine without notes.
Raspy tomboy,
Don't be so sure. How will you study for tests without anything to read from? I'll just read the book.
Sorry, they're all gonna sound like my voice. I don't... We left the classroom and it ended up stopping in the hall, dining hall, to talk. Izumi started telling us about the big game that was coming up.
Usually we only play against a few teams from the nearest town, but this year...
Sorry, Oliver Twist.
But this year we're getting a match with the team from the city. Did you find out which city? No, but it's probably close by. No other way we'd get a match. No other way we'd get a match. They probably were already going to be in town then. I'm thinking that too.
Izumi grinned at me.
By the way, it's not too late for you to join the team. We could use someone as tall as you.
I whined as soon as I realized what she had said.
Izumi, stop bringing it up. You know she doesn't like it when you point that out, Izumi. But it'd be a real help in volleyball.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing.
Are you sure you don't want to take advantage of it?
I pouted and slumped in my seat. Izumi shrugged it off, changing the topic.
By the way, I've been hearing gossip about some of the first years dating. You two know anything about that? No, not really. No, not really. No, not really. No, not really. I like playing it solo.
Sorry, I transformed.
I didn't hear about it, but I'm not surprised. Maybe I should ask someone out. Was that meant to be a fault?
I blushed as I realized what I said, waving my hands in front of me.
Forget it.
Kiyomi rubbed her chin in thought. I was gonna say temple. Because I think, and I rub my temple. Give me 1 second. I had a fizzy drink. And, makes me a little burpy. And I would never dream of subjecting you to that.
I wonder what your type would be. I said forget it.
Even after I finally got them to change topics, I felt embarrassed for the rest of the time I talked with them. I was heading back to my room after talking to a teacher when I spotted 2 first years standing in the hallway. She's blind in one eye! I forgot she's blind in an eye. Oh. At first I thought they were friends chatting in the hall, but one of them looked upset.
The project is due... The project is due this Friday. Are you sure you'll be ready on time, Otsuko? You're worrying too much, Nanami.
Red. Soft. Sultry. Soft. Blind. There we go. We have me, falsetto. White friend, raspy tomboy. Nerd, Hermione. It's just a British boy, honestly. It's more, I put red because she's more of like a redhead. She's not really blonde. It's more fiery. I'm gonna call her Cookie. So we have me, white friend, Cookie, nerd, and blind. We'll call her Ol One Eye. Sorry. Ol One Eye. I stepped closer, curious about what could be wrong.
Is something wrong?
The girl who was called Nanami jumped, holding her hands over her chest and blushing hard. She was so cute.
Don't worry about us underclassmen. We're just figuring out a group project.
The girl who was referred to Atsuko nodded, but didn't say a word. She was wearing glasses, but it looked like one of her eyes was clouded over.
Are you worried there isn't enough time? I'm sure we have plenty of time. I'm just not sure I'm up to it. I'm a bit spoiled, so sometimes I don't realize how tough things are.
Nanami was forcing a smile the whole time, even as she belittled herself. I wonder if she was really okay. Was she mentally unwell?
Let me know if you need any help, okay? I'm your senior after all.
I wasn't sure why I offered. Was it because Nanami looked like she needed help? Or was it the 2 cannons she carries with her? She seemed to be okay with the offer, though.
Thank you. What's your name? Oh, I'm Himeka. Thank you, Himeka. I'll talk to you later. I have to get to my club meeting.
Nanami left, and I was alone with Atsuko. I noticed she seemed to be watching me, with her beady eye. She had barely said anything since I got here. Was she shy?
Does your offer extend to me? Does your offer extend to me?
She looked odd. I can't please. Why? Why would you say that about anyone, really?
Sure, I'll help you if you need anything.
Atsuko looked away. She seemed to be considering something. Was she too shy to accept the offer?
I guess it's not just a cute blush that can encourage you to help, huh?
I only caught some of what she said, and it didn't make much sense. Did she think I didn't like her? She thinks she's ugly. I think I'm ugly. I think everyone generally thinks poorly of themselves. Not like poorly of themselves as a person, but poorly of their attributes. It's an evolutionary thing in psychology. And then it just gets infected with society and mental illness. But it's an evolutionary thing made to make it so you want to be better. Because if you're happy with, your abilities, then you wouldn't want to improve. So you have to be a little unhappy with your abilities. But then, mental illness, you start blaming everything about your abilities. And society expects you to be the best when you can't ever be the best.
I'll let you know if I need you.
And with that, Atsuko left. I felt a negative vibe coming from her. Maybe she's not shy. She's just not good with people? Weird. I thought she looked more the type who wanted to please others. Oh well, I have to remember to help those 2 if they need anything. After doing some homework with Kiyomi, I ended up going to the dining hall alone to get some food. On the way, I heard someone playing a flute. I turned to see that the door to the music club's room was open. Curious as to who was still practicing inside at this hour, I peeked inside. It's not Squidward, it's not Squidward. This is Redhead, okay. Good to know. Yeah, Cookie, and then Minnie.
Mini drink, mini fry, mini burger, mini instrument, I'm...
That's her voice. And her voice, so me is falsetto, white friend is raspy tomboy, nerd Hermione. Cookie, soft, ol' one-eye, and Minnie.
Mini fry.
A girl that had the face of a middle schooler was sitting at the table, several wind instruments in front of her. She had the scarf of a 3rd year, which surprised me. The girl heard me into the room, and she put down the flute to smile at me.
Hi there, was I too loud?
It'll take me a minute, I'm sorry.
No, I was just curious.
The girl stood up from her seat.
My name is Kiku Moritani. I'm the president of this club.
Kiku continued to smile at me.
Are you interested in joining, perhaps?
Sorry, not really, but not really.
That's a shame, but that's fair. What's your name?
I'm Himeka.
Maybe you'd like to come to a performance sometime, Himeka. There's no obligation, of course.
I don't know why I'm reading each word individually, but you can hear it. I'm glad I wrote it down.
Well, maybe. I've not been to anything like that.
Come to see me sometime.
Sometime is one word, but I read it as two.
Come see me sometime, and I'll provide the times we play. Or I could do a quick demonstration if you wish.
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
Kika smiled, apparently sensing my curiosity.
I look forward to seeing you.
I left Kiku in the club room, and I heard her play the clarinet as I left. Oh, I love the clarinet. I never stop talking to music people about the clarinet. I'm obsessed with the clarinet. She sure was talented if she knew all those instruments on the desk. Maybe going to see her play sometime was a good idea. We had a day off from classes as the entrance to the restricted building was removed and replaced with a wall. I ended up going to the library to read something while I waited for Kiyomi or Izumi to be free. Because of the day off, the library was crowded. I managed to get a desk to myself, but just barely. It wasn't long before someone came to take the other seat at my table, though.
May
I forget what the voice was. Do I have it? Do I have it recorded? Okay, it's loading. It'll be 2025. And it should be... I don't think I have it recorded. Wait, that's the March 15th. Do I not have it recorded? That's Valentine's Day. I did it for Valentine's Day, 100%. 2-second recording, 5-second recording, 7-second recording, 10-second recording, 9-second recording. Okay, did I just... Oh, it corrupted. That's why I don't have it. Okay, well... The video corrupted. Oops. I guess we will never remember what she sounded like.
May I have this seat? Sure.
I looked up as I spoke. Sorry, this is me, by the way. Slob. Slob brain. Because she's a slob, as in she's messy. But she's also smart, like brain. Low saw. Bass. Is this seat taken? No. Bass girl. As in bass, as in like low. I'll do bass soft. Cookie, wispy. Boom. There we go. I looked up as I spoke, and my breath caught in my throat. The girl taking a seat across from me was beautiful. With her long, straight hair and spotless face, she looked like a princess. We'll call her a princess. Princess. Is this seat taken? Princess. I had to force myself to look away before she caught me staring. It looked like she was a third year, though. I was afraid to check the color of her scarf, considering my eyes might wander. She looks so muscly, by the way. This is like so muscly. She has such a muscular frame.
I've not seen you around. What's your name?
It's because she's only gaming in her room all the time. I said it without thinking, and I got hot from the embarrassment. But the girl seemed okay with the question.
My name's Shiori Goto. Shiori Goto. What's yours?
Himeki Uchida.
The Hime, or princess, part of my name would have made me more sense for Shiori. She smiled at me, and I felt my heart clench.
Happy to meet you, Himeka.
She went back to reading, though I couldn't focus on my own book anymore, though. After a few seconds of trying, I instead started up the conversation again.
You're a third year, right?
That is correct.
Mind helping me with some of my homework? If you have time later.
I was being a huge creepy pervert. I was being a huge creep. I felt my cheeks burning up. She was gonna turn me down so hard, and I deserved it. I was such a dumb, stupid little servant for her. That's what it's starting to get like. I know it's not. It's supposed to be like super romantic, and she's like opens up, and she's like, she's like, actually, I just like playing games. I'm not really all that, but.
I suppose I could try. Though I wonder how much help I'd be.
Thank you.
How did I get so lucky, despite being a creep?
Let me know when you need help, and I'll take a look.
I will. Thank you so much.
I pretended to go back to my book to hide my excitement. I just wish I had a better excuse to spend more time with Shiori. Would she be upset if she knew I only asked her for help because she was pretty? Character stories are now unlocked. So now, we pick our girl. I'm thinking I want to go on the sports team. A sip of Canada Dry. Wait, this is, they just changed it for winter. It has a cardinal on it. Red Bluebird. I'm gonna go with, we did her. She looks so muscular even in chibi form. It's crazy. We will go with Hermione. Yeah, Izumi. We might do Kiku. We'll do Kiku later. Nanami? Nanami! Yeah, we'll do Izumi. Spend the semester with Izumi? Sorry, when they say spend the time, that's what I think. I decided to watch Izumi during volleyball practice. Despite her efforts to recruit me whenever they stopped for a break, I resisted her advances. Whoa! I didn't realize she was packing. I'm feeling a little insecure. Oh wait, my little notepad's here. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. Let me crop this. Filter. Crop. From the top. Done. Boom. This is our voice list. Wait, go to the filter, the crop pad again. And from the right, we'll go 500. We'll go 100. 110. 125. Yeah. Yeah. This is our voice list. This is our voice list. I'm gonna put it behind us. I'm a little insecure. I don't have gahungas. I never thought I'd think that. I was always like, my character has small gahungas and I'm fine. And then artists would draw it with massive bazookas and I'm like, what? And now I'm a little insecure. I'm a little look at me. I'm like, Look at her, man. Why don't I have good honglomerahoogas or whatever? This is not me being like, oh, it's so nice. It's like I'm actually feeling a little insecure about my character. I waited outside the locker room after practice, and Izumi came out looking fresh from her shower.
Did I keep you waiting?
No,
Not really. No, not really. No, not really.
her hair was still a bit wet, so it glistened. I caught myself staring and forced myself to look away.
Still no interest in joining us? Still no interest in joining us? No, I don't want to get that sweaty. Too bad. You'd probably be a great if you gave it a shot. If I mess up badly enough, you can even maybe you can even usurp me as team captain next year.
She smirked at me, as if waiting for a response to her joke, but we were interrupted by two of Izumi's class teammates, who asked her for a few questions. After Izumi directed the girls on what to do, they left.
You've really put a lot of effort into helping your team. That comes with being captain.
Sorry, she's gonna get more British. I'm so...
That's what comes with being captain. That's what comes with being a captain. Captain. Captain.
I can't do the T without dropping the girl voice. She said it with a big smile. I guess she really was amazing to do so much for her team because she enjoyed it.
Besides, a lot of the problems I'm asked to fix aren't too difficult on their own. If I couldn't help my team with these things, they'd be better off with someone else in charge. Don't you ever get tired?
Izumi considered that a moment. Look at those dead eyes.
Sometimes, but it's nice to be looked up to.
She gave me a nasty grin. Bombastic side-eye.
But I guess you would know more about that more than me.
I whined.
It's me.
Wait. Oh, being looked up to, it's a tall joke. Oh, no one ever gives me tall jokes. I'm 6'3", and no one ever hits me with the tall joke. I love that. Sometimes it's nice to be looked up to. She gave me a nasty grin. But I guess
you know more about that than me.
I mind.
Izumi.
After talking with Izumi for a little while longer, I went back to my room. I wonder how Izumi became such a good team captain. Give me 1 second. The surprise is I got a response from an artist. Alright. Time to talk like a Brit. A real British man. While looking over some reference books in the library, I heard some familiar voices in a nearby aisle. Curious, I went to check out the voices.
The voices.
Wait, isn't that an emote? Sorry, I gotta go find that. And then I should probably take my meds, because right now I'm losing focus. We're adding the voices to my emotes. And then we're adding it to the command. Whoop. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. Alright. Well, we go to the cloud bot. We go to commands, we go to emotes, we go to edit, and then we do it alphabetical, so QRST. Oh, it hasn't updated on my stream, but it's updated on my dashboard.
When I have absolute time.
What the heck? Sorry. It opened up just Twitch, not my dashboard. Alright, I'm gonna run a quick 30-second ad just to go grab my med. And water. I should get some water. So, I'll be right back. I'll run 60 minutes. 60 seconds. 60 minutes of ads. Oh god. Alright, I'll be right back. Wait, here, I'll put a little timer. I remember I put the timer there specifically so you'd have a general idea. 2 minutes. Boom. And then I'll run a 1-minute ad break. I'll be right back, okay? Mwah. Boom. There we go. I have my liter of water and I took my med. I might be a little radioactive still, but that'll usually be about a half hour, 15 minutes to a half hour. And then I'll be back to being a little bit because it's usually how it works. It usually picks up after I take the med. I don't know why. I don't try and explain everything in my life, surprisingly. But we're good. Music is beautiful though. Alright. And then boom. We're ready to go. You might hear my bird. It's probably because it's his bedtime. Oopsie. Peeking around the corner of the aisle, I saw Izumi and Shiori. Izumi was carrying a stack of books while Shiori browsed the shelves. They both have the same color hair. Normally their hair just matches the text. Oh, this is Izumi.
You've got quite a pile going here. Sorry. We'll need all of these in order to find what we're looking for. Oh, I don't mind too much. Helping out a pretty upperclassman is quite a reward for something this easy.
Shiori grinned, shaking her head a bit.
Is that meant to be a pickup line? You afraid I might be only be commenting on your beauty to try and win points? It's been known to happen. I can't be too careful.
I was about to pull back behind the aisle when Izumi noticed me and smirked.
Looks like we have someone keeping an eye on us. She your chaperone?
Shiori looked at me, turned and looked at me.
Oh, hey Himeka.
Great, I got seen.
Don't let me interrupt your date.
It was a silly line, but the only one I could think of in the heat of the moment. Shiori looked away to hide a blush, and even Izumi seemed a bit flustered.
You're reading a bit too much into this. I mean, you two are cute together. I appreciate the compliment, but we're just doing schoolwork.
I shrugged and started to back away.
Either way, Good luck with whatever. See ya. I hurried away, heat rushing to my face. What a mess that was. I really embarrassed myself. I went to watch Izumi's volleyball practice again. She really seemed focused during the whole practice match. I ended up walking with the team to the locker room after the practice was over, talking to some of the girls while I waited for Izumi. Izumi was still pulling on her shirt when she came over to me, and I caught a glimpse of her toned belly. What the? This is... Sorry, I'm turning off my light because my bird is getting a little grumpy. My bird was starting to throw a fit, so I had to turn off the lamp. Dude, I don't like how this game says what I'm thinking. I was like, whoa, she's pulling her shirt over? Ooh, tummy. Izumi was still pulling on her shirt when she came over to me, and I caught a glimpse of her toned belly. I must have made a face because Izumi winked at me.
Liking what you see?
Not sure if she meant the game or what I had just seen. I decided to play it safe.
It's fun to watch you play.
Izumi frowned.
More fun to watch than to join, huh? I guess.
Izumi didn't respond to that, but her frown seemed to deepen before suddenly disappearing. We left the locker room together, ending up in the dining hall. I just snacked on something, but Izumi was hungry after her workout.
It seems tough to be a good player and the team captain. I suppose, but someone has to do it. Don't you have a manager or something? We used to, but she quit.
Izumi was absorbed in her meal, not giving much thought on the conversation.
Maybe I could try keeping track of some things for you.
Izumi paused, frowning.
You don't have to do that.
Sorry, I put in the the different voice, the Himeka voice.
You don't really have to do that. Not many have the commitment to do that much work for the team they aren't really a part of. Besides, I'm sure you have other things to do.
I was surprised at how upset she looked all of a sudden. Did she not want me helping her?
I just wanted to offer.
That didn't seem to make it better. Izumi acted like she didn't hear my response, focusing on her food.
Izumi, do you hate me?
Please! Wait, I don't have a please emote. I need a please emote. We're not gonna do the hamster, we're gonna do the emote. Boom. Now we have the please. And then we put that in the emotes. LMNOPW. So it's... Please is the bunny rabbit, or is the kitty cat, and then we have Prage, and then we have Wheeze. Wheeze! Boom. And let me just... You can't see it on stream, but you can see it in chat. If you have BTTV. There we go. She sighed and looked up at me.
It might be hard to stay friends if you feel pressured to spend time with me. It's probably better if you don't get involved unless you actually want to play the game. I see.
I wasn't sure that made sense, but it sounded like Izumi wasn't in the mood to explain. Once Izumi and I were done eating, we went back to our rooms. I wonder why Izumi seemed upset. I bet the other manager left because they had a falling out as friends and it affected the team and she feels responsible for it. Izumi and I were studying in the dining hall after classes. We had a bunch of annoying assignments, so we were trying to get through them together. I was about to start tapping my pencil on the table in annoyance when I saw... Sorry, whoa. The grammar here, I don't think the grammar's right, because this is I was about to start tapping when I saw Nanami approaching us with a plate. Instead of, I was about to start tapping my pencil on the table in annoyance. comma. When I saw Nanami approaching us with a plate, because that means that Nanami disturbed us from being annoyed with the table tapping, but apparently we're annoyed at Nanami.
Excuse me?
Izumi looked up and then smiled at Nanami.
Oi, you're that first year, right? Cooking club? Yeah, that's right. We, had extra cookies after our meeting today.
She held out the plate of cookies. They still looked pretty fresh.
These are for us? Yeah. I didn't know anyone else that was handy, and I know you, so...
Izumi took one of the cookies and bit a piece off.
These are pretty good. These are pretty nifty. Peng, in fact, they're peng. Did you make this batch? Yeah. Yes.
Nanami was starting to blush a bit. She seemed really nervous.
You'd make a cute wife someday.
Izumi winked at Nanami, whose blush became more obvious.
Thanks, Nanami. We'll take them. Right.
Nanami laid down the plate next to our books, then scurried off.
Did I scare her off? She didn't even say goodbye. She might have been embarrassed with being compared to a wife.
Izumi shrugged and took another cookie and looking at her textbook. And looked at her textbook? Oh, it's because this is a grammar thing that you learn when you're writing, is to use the same tense, so taking another cookie and looking at her textbook. But she can't be doing... Is she shrugging, looking at her textbook, taking another... I read this wrong. This is a me thing. I did this wrong. Izumi shrugged, taking another cookie and looking at her textbook. It's an unusual sentence, but it's grammatically correct. I think Himeka is like, a little more, undercover with it, but Izumi, she wears that flag. She probably has that flag in her room kind of thing. Flirting with every girl? I'm saying that because this is a gay game, we're dating all girls and we're a girl, so.
You should try these. Maybe it will give you the motivation to keep on those maths problems.
Not sure cookies will help me endure triangles, but I guess I might as well try some. Izumi and I continued doing our homework together, enjoying Nanami's spare cookies as we did so. This time, I was going to offer to be Izumi's part-time assistant again. I didn't know if I had the time to be an official manager, but I still wanted to help. After volleyball practice, I cornered Izumi before she could leave. She seemed curious as to why I stopped her.
I still want to help if you'll let me.
Why? Why?
Huh?
Why are you insisting? You know I can handle this on my own. She kind of had a point. We're friends, but this wasn't my club. I was firmly not on the team by my own choice. Why did I want to help her so bad? No! Save! The big save. We're saving over the quick save. We have no main saves. I'll probably do this. Oops, I'll just go here and then save over this one. Yep. Boom. Return. Why do I want to help her so bad? I'm doing it because I'm her friend, but I'm not joining the team? Like, come on. I like Izumi. Maybe it's because I like her. I blushed, playing with my fingertips. Flirt. I have to flirt. I blushed, playing with my fingers.
Well, you just seem really amazing.
I sound so dumb.
And I think I might like you, so...
I shut my eyes and bowed my head.
I want to help you.
After a moment of silence, I felt Izumi take my hand in hers.
Man, you're so innocent. Still, that's kinda cute.
I dared to open my eyes, and Izumi grinned at me.
Fine. You can help out sometimes, but you have to agree to go out with me. Of course!
Whoa! She was on board day one! I'm so sorry, I just drank a liter of water. Oh, I was very thirsty. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna redeem a hydrate because I can't drink. I had a liter of water. It was way too much. Oh, my belly. I'm so hydrated. You're only supposed to drink about a cup of water, like 250 milliliters. Because otherwise you're just putting more water into the system and it can be useless. Izumi chuckled, shaking her head. We spent the rest of the afternoon going over what I could help out with. Just being close to Izumi like this made me giddy and embarrassed. Give me 1 second. There was a little bit of a ginger ale, we'll say. I was killing time after class when I noticed Nanami standing by the window looking outside. Walking over to her, I noticed that she was looking at the sports field.
What are you looking at?
Nanami jumped a bit at my arrival, blushing as she turned to me.
Well, I kind of wanted to go see Izumi play volleyball.
That's my girlfriend! Sorry, my bad. I was a little too...
But I'm afraid to just barge in.
I looked out the window to see that Izumi was indeed practicing with the volleyball team right now. Today wasn't one of the days I had picked to help out, but I doubted Izumi would mind if I showed up with someone interested in watching. Should I help Nanami out? Better not. Better not. What if she likes Nanami more than me? I can't bake cookies like Nanami. Nanami has the best cookies. And look at her cute little sweater. I'll be helpful. Maybe I'll recruit, and then Izumi will like me more.
How about I go with you? I doubt they'd throw both of us. They throw us both.
No.
How about I go with you? I doubt they'd throw us out if we just watch. Really? Is that okay? Sure, come on, let's go.
Good. If I didn't, then Nanami would go by herself and then steal my girl that I just asked out. Yeah. Taking Nanami's hand. Why would I take her hand? I have a girlfriend now. I led her out to the field. Nanami seemed to enjoy watching Izumi and the team play volleyball. She kept asking me about how good Izumi was. When we got back to the dorms after practice, she and Izumi were talking about what happened during the games.
And that's called a spike. That's called a spike. If the other team isn't ready for it, it's really hard to deflect. I see.
Seeing that Nanami was really into this conversation, I decided to head on my own way for now.
See you two later. Yeah, see ya, Himeka.
Izumi waved at me, and Nanami gave me an awkward smile. Urgh, competition. I headed back to my room, trying to decide what to do next. I went to the volleyball practice with Izumi to carry out some of the promises I had made to her. It was hard to keep track of everything, but I really wanted to help. Once practice was over, Izumi and I stuck around to finish planning out the preparations for an upcoming match.
I think we'll be fine with this plan. Good work. I'm glad I helped.
Izumi hadn't showered yet, but she was still covered in sweat. That almost looked kind of I don't like how this is actually... Dude, I'd actually date Izumi. Oh no. I was Shiori Goto, but Izumi's like dream girl material. Okay. I keep blushing. This is awkward. For me. Izumi hadn't showered yet, so she was still covered in sweat. But she almost looked kind of sexy with the sheen that gave her.
Alright, I'm going to wash up. See you later.
I didn't feel ready to let her go, so I reached for her arm.
Hey, thanks for letting me help.
It sounded silly, but I couldn't think of what else to say.
I'll take it while you're still willing. What do you mean by that?
Izumi paused for a moment before responding.
Well, you could still change your mind when it gets too annoying for you. What? I'd never do that.
Izumi shook her head.
That's how everyone is. Otherwise, I'd still have a...
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! She really just went, I got no dad. Sorry. Wow. Crazy bomb to drop on me.
Well, you could still change your mind when it gets too annoying for you. What? I'd never do that.
Izumi shook her head.
That's how everyone is. Otherwise, I'd still have a dad.
I felt like I stumbled on something I wasn't meant to know. It took me a while to respond.
Your dad left you?
Izumi frowned, looking away.
He divorced Mom when I was in elementary school.
Is this why Izumi didn't want me to help her? Because she thought I'd get fed up and leave?
I'm not gonna leave you like that. I'm your girlfriend now, aren't I? We might not have done much as girlfriends yet, but...
Izumi sighed.
I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm going to shower.
Without me? She left for the locker room, leaving me on my own. I'm worried about her now. Why are all these girls so mentally ill? Like, Yuri was like, I just want to stay at home and be a neat. Izumi's like, I don't have a dad. I have avoidant attachment style. Ever since Izumi mentioned what happened with her parents, she seemed to avoid talking to me outside of class. After a few days of this, I started to get worried. I still wanted to help her with managing her club, and I didn't want to lose her as a friend, or a romantic partner. With that in mind, I hurried to catch up to her after classes had ended for the day.
Wait up, Izumi!
Izumi turned to look at me, but frowned when she saw me.
What is it?
I stopped when I saw how Izumi seemed to be looking past me. It's like she didn't want to fully acknowledge that I was there.
Well, we should talk about club stuff. You have a match coming up, right? Why don't we go get some food and talk about how the team should train?
Izumi lowered her eyes, saying nothing. After a moment, she deeply sighed.
Himeka, you're working too hard. Huh?
She looked up at me, but didn't seem to be looking me in the eyes.
Take a break. It's not your club, remember? You didn't want to join. I don't want to burn you out to the point where you can't focus on schoolwork.
I didn't understand what Izumi meant. Yeah, I didn't know much about sports, but I wasn't overworking myself by helping Izumi.
You're not making sense, Izumi. You don't have to come to practice anymore, okay? Well, why not? Can't I take an interest in what my girlfriend is doing?
Izumi glanced at some girls that were about to reach our part of the hallway.
I have to get to my homework done. See you. See ya.
She turned and left before I could say anything. And I didn't want to make a scene now that more girls were done with their classes. I don't get it. Does this have something to do with what she said last week? I went to volleyball practice, even though Izumi hadn't asked me to come this time. She seemed surprised to see me at the practice, but forced a normal face right away.
Oh, Himeka, helping today? That's right.
I wanted to ask her why she was acting weird, but I didn't want to embarrass her in front of the team. But once everyone else left practice, I made sure she stuck around.
Izumi, why are you avoiding me?
Izumi held her arm and looked away.
You're too close.
I almost stepped away until I realized what she meant.
Why are you afraid of that? Do I have to say why?
It's because her dad left her, wasn't it?
Izumi, I'm not going to leave you like your dad did.
Izumi tensed up.
No matter what else happens from now on, I'm going to be your friend. And hopefully more.
Izumi continued to stare into the distance, frowning deeply.
How can you promise that? When I let it slip that my parents are divorced, didn't your opinion of me change? Didn't that change your opinion of me? Didn't you start to think that maybe I'm not as strong as you thought? What? It doesn't make any sense. It's not like your parents breaking up is your fault. Still, it's part of my family
Legacy? Her family legacy? Okay.
Still, that's part of my family legacy. And now, you know that we couldn't keep our family together.
I shook my head, starting to get angry at how Izumi was interpreting this.
None of that is your fault. If people would judge you for that, that's on them. I'm certainly not going to hate you because your parents didn't get along. I still want to be your friend.
Izumi took a deep breath.
Fine, but I'm blaming you if you hurt me. I won't let that happen.
Without warning, Izumi walked over and hugged me. Hi, Fizzy. Okay, Fizzy, wait. Please don't redeem drink water. I got thirsty and drank a liter of water, like, in one big sip. Like 10 minutes ago. Maybe 5. I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I will drink more water if you redeem it, but I don't want to. So basically, we were hanging out with, sorry, let me save here. We're saving here. Okay, we're saving here. Then we're loading here. So she's the sports captain. She made tall jokes about us. And then, where is it? Wait. Okay, wait, here it is.
I think we'll be fine with this plan. Good work. I'm glad it helped.
Izumi hadn't showered yet. Sorry. So Izumi has this sexual, like, air about her descriptions. I have no clue why, but it's like everything that you think is real. They tell you that.
I'm gonna wash up. See you later.
I didn't feel ready to let go of her, so I reached for her arm.
Hey, thanks for letting me help.
It sounded silly, but I couldn't think of what else to say.
I'll take it while you're willing. What do you mean by that?
Izumi paused a moment before responding.
Well, you could change your mind when it gets too annoying for you. What? I never do that.
Izumi shook her head.
That's how everyone is. Otherwise, I'd still have a dad.
It's like, what the hell? What the hell kind of trauma dump is this? We're gonna go back, but... yeah, that's... She was like, oh, you don't have to help, like, organize stuff or whatever. And then she just went, I don't have a dad anymore. Basically, her dad walked out on her mom when they were in elementary. That's about it. These are the voices, by the way. So, me is falsetto. I just hit a falsetto. My white friend is the white-haired friend, raspy tomboy. Nerd, Hermione. This is nerd, by the way. I thought she was a nerd. Yeah. Cookie is wispy. She's our rival because she likes Izumi or she likes volleyball. We don't know. One Eye is a girl who's blind in one eye. She has an voice, nerd voice. Minnie is Minnie Fry, Minnie Wink, Minnie. She plays instruments. And Princess is bass soft. That's the girl who we played in, I think, Valentine's Day. Anyways, yeah, she's got like major daddy issues, and I'll be her mommy. Without warning, Izumi walked over and hugged me. We stood there silently for a while.
What are you paying me back for?
The question felt like it came out of nowhere.
Huh? I must have done something to deserve this. That's not how this works. I'm your girlfriend because I care about you, not because you did something for me.
By the way, the way we became her girlfriend is we were like, hey, can we watch your sports game? And she's like, sure. She made a tall joke, and it was actually kind of funny. And then she's like, why do you even want to help? And I'm like, because I kind of like you. She's like, we're my girlfriend now. And so now we're girlfriend and girlfriend.
Because I'm your girlfriend. I'm your girlfriend because I care about you, not because you did something for me.
Izumi sighed, pushing away from the hug.
But there must be something you like about me. Something you'd be upset about if it went away.
She was quiet for a moment, not looking at me. Holy moly. That's a lot. She just keeps going on about it.
You know I don't have a dad, right? I'm not gonna stop being your friend over something stupid. If something is wrong, we can work it out together. I'll trust your word, but it's not easy for me.
She left before I could say anything. It wasn't the result I had hoped for, but I felt like she wasn't going to avoid me anymore, at least. There was no volleyball practice today, but Izumi asked to see me anyway. That's a cute outfit. By the way, I've realized we have very small, and they have Ganghangura Hugas, and I'm feeling a little insecure about that. Heading to her room, I found her wearing a cute dress.
It's time for a date!
I felt my... See! Like, it literally says the same thing we're all thinking. I felt my mouth hang open as I stared. When I realized I was staring at Izumi's boobs, I looked away with a blush.
You look good.
She makes me blush. Oh my god, they describe it like so... Like, I don't think this happened with Shiori at all. It was kind of like just romantic. This is like sexual tension. By the way, she flirted with 2 girls before we asked her out, so I'm worried that we might lose her and she might date someone else. She's gonna walk out on us like her dad did. Walk out on her.
Did I seduce you already? Let me take you out to dinner first.
Izumi led me to the dining hall, where we had dinner together. Dude, I think she's gonna walk out, honestly. She's gonna smash, because the way she talks to other girls, she's flirted with, like, 2 other girls before she, like, went out with us, and then she's gonna walk out. Let me tell you, I feel like she's crazy, though. Like, I feel like it goes crazy. Considering how after she works out, she's not gross sweaty, but she's, like, effervescent sweaty, where it's, like, gleams like a shimmer, like a magical naiad. Water nymph. We tried not to discuss volleyball since it was a day off from practice. Instead, we talked about anything else that came to mind. Izumi seemed a lot more open now, like a weight had been lifted from her. She even talked about her family with me. I learned that she had a brother that was in university. I had a lot of fun talking with her, more fun than before. After we finished eating, Izumi leaned in closer to me. She's...
Hey, Himeka. Thanks for sticking with me, even after I tried to push you away. I didn't want to give up on you. I'm glad you didn't. When I was spit out that my parents were divorced, I was afraid you wouldn't like me anymore. But now that you know and you still want to spend time with me, I feel so much better.
I smiled and nodded, glad that Izumi wasn't afraid of opening up to me anymore. What's she opening up?
I hope you don't have to worry about telling me those kinds of things in the future. What about your other friends? Do you think you'll tell them? Not yet. Maybe eventually, but I'd rather keep quiet for now.
I'll keep it classified then. Izumi chuckled, sounding relieved.
Thanks, Himeka.
When we were done in the dining hall, I followed Izumi back to her room.
Thanks for coming along. It was fun spending time with you. It's been a while since I was able to relax and not worry if I might say or do something that would upset someone.
I'm glad I got to spend time with you too.
I'm glad I got to spend time with you too.
Dude, this reminds me of one of my exes. I have 2. It's the second one, it's not the evil one. It's the really nice one. who I was just nice to, and then she was like, wow, you're so amazing.
Now this next part.
Oh, we were right.
Now this next part might be tough because you're so tall. Izumi, why?
My whine was cut off when Izumi's lips pressed against mine. I'm not gonna do a kissy sound effect. I won't. I'm not gonna. She had to stand on her toes to reach me, but she did it anyways. Anyway, the kiss ended so quickly that I wanted more, but Izumi gave a coy grin and waved at me.
Keep this up and you might get more than that someday.
I'm actually, she gets me flustered. Fizzy, were you here when we did this last time? And it was Shiori Goto, and it was like, she's like the girl failure girl. She's like the princess, like perfect grade student, but she actually just plays games all the time. Here, let me quick save, and then we're going to get rid of this. Yes. This. Okay, basically it's just a lesbian game. This is Hime. Alright, so do I still consider Shiori a princess-like person? Basically, this is Blind Girl. So this is her, right? She was a gamer girl and she's a failure and she tries to teach us about games. No, that's a different one. This is Hime. This is Shiori Goto. She's
Hang tight, I'll res you as soon as I take out this brute.
That's not the voice, but I'm reading into mine. Yeah. This is the blind girl. Atsuko is the blind girl. She's blind in one eye. Yeah. But basically she looks amazing and she's perfect, and then we learn that she's not. No, she needs it to see in her other eye. She's only half. She's more than half blind. She's 3/4 blind. She's half blind in one eye and she's full blind in the other. All right, we'll go back to this. All my annoyance about being teased for being tall faded as I thought about the kiss. I didn't even manage to say goodbye to Izumi before she went to her room. If any girl did that to me, I'm done, I'm cooked, I'm dead on the floor, in the hallway, I'm gone.
More.
Dude, what the hell? I imagined kissing and hugging and doing girlfriend things with Izumi. I was lost in a giddy, perverted daze as I walked back to my room. This LGBTQI2+ dating visual novel, oh my god. Like, the first one was kind of romantic and stuff. This one, we're like going at it. I laid my head on my open books, feeling all the energy leave my body. This is white hair. This is a white friend, raspy tomboy.
You're going to tear that page out. Don't do that, Himeka. You're the only one who brought that book with us.
I forced myself to sit up in my seat. Not enough long straight hair for you. Oh, you'd love the gamer girl then, actually. My friends and I had gone to the library to study for final exams.
Too much. There's too much to study. That's why we have review sheets. It's still too much for me to remember. Why is there so much? If we cut this in half, maybe I'd survive it.
Kiyomi sighed, fixing her glasses.
You say...
To Fraspy Tomboy.
You say it like this is too much. You've passed every test. Mostly with C's or B's.
I'm looking for D's. Did you see her? Wow! Sorry.
She sort of has a point. You're also wasting time. You could be reading that book.
I slumped in my seat, picking up the book and starting to look over.
I never want to see another triangle after this class.
You should see. There's one. Hi Moggy. How's it going? What are you doing here? Wow. Why are you here?
Screw the triangles. It's his language studies that I hate. When am I going to need to know these dead letters?
Good to see you, Moggy. Kiyomi shook her head, pulling out a pair of headphones.
Did you pick out studying music or something, Kiyomi? No.
Sorry, I forgot my white friend is Raspy Tomboy.
No, I'm canceling noise with my noise-canceling headphones.
She put on the headphones and went back to her reading. Izumi and I figured out what she meant and looked at each other in defeat. You're driving home? Keep you entertained for 30 to 40 minutes? Let me tell you, it's entertaining. You missed it. Izumi, so we're going with the Izumi route. She just kissed us and we were being a pervert. The first route we did was with a gamer girl prefect. And it was like, romantic, and we played games together and I learned how to game because my character's not a gamer. But in this one, Izumi is like, Izumi opened up with I was like, hey, can I help you with volleyball? I'll just like help manage some of it. Like I'll be an assistant or whatever. And Izumi's like, no, you're gonna leave me because my dad left me. And I'm like, whoa, pause. And so then she learned to trust us because we love her and she's our girlfriend. And then she kissed us. And by the way, every time there's her doing something, it describes her in like the most sexual way, and that didn't happen with Shiorigoto. She put on the headphones and went back to her reading. Izumi and I figured out what she meant and looked at each other in defeat.
So we were the So we're the noise. I guess. I sighed deeply, passing the math book to Izumi. I'm gonna practice reading English. Maybe I can write about eating a banana or something.
Izumi shut the book she was reading and took mine.
What color will the banana be? Maybe red.
Red bananas are actually really, really good. Red bananas exist. Sorry, I gotta pull this up. I'm not gonna let them pretend red bananas aren't real. Red bananas. Red bananas are sweet, reddish purple bananas. They're smaller and they're creamy. They're a little bit more. They have beta carotene. So like they here. Let me pull up red bananas. Sorry, this is real. Red bananas, they're real. There are also purple bananas. There are purple bananas, red bananas, and yellow bananas. Red bananas are the best. These are red bananas, but these are red bananas. There are purple, but that's just... Yeah. Check this. Check this. Rare pink banana. Purple, red, pink, blue. Mixed Musa dwarf plant. But yeah. These are just like exotic plants. The red bananas are their own variety of banana. Just in case you were curious. Two lesbians talking about bananas. I wonder if they're gonna kiss. Kiyomi rubbed her forehead, sighing.
I can even hear this idiocy with my headphones. Go back to physics land, Kiyomi. I'm going to draw triangles while Himeka eats a red banana. What a bunch of stupid classes.
I forced myself to get back to work. As much as I hated exams, I understood why these classes were important. Just why were triangles so complicated? The last major volleyball game of the year was today. Izumi was pretty certain we'd win, but apparently the school we had been playing had come from behind before. By the way, this is like one of the big city schools that's just playing us because we're a small, like, city. We're a small, like, town. And we're an all-girls school with a lot of funding. I don't get that, but, you know, if we can get our funding in it for an all-girls school in a small little town, that's fine. Or maybe in this universe, dads don't exist because they just run away and abandon the daughters. So it's just a girl utopia. All the guys run away. I went to the game to cheer Izumi on. since I never did take her offer to join the team, it was the least I could do for her. The first half of the game was tense. The other team kept 1 point ahead of ours, no matter how well our team seemed to be doing. But Izumi seemed to rally the team for the second half, and after a slow start, we scored numerous times, ending the game with a comfortable lead. Izumi seemed to breathe a sigh of relief at the end, soaked in sweat. Sorry, they did say, can't have men, that's why they left. Exactly. But she put on a smile for her teammates as they all celebrated the win. She got pulled away by her teammates to the locker room after the game, so I waited for her in the dorm hallways. When she reached me, she was still trying to get her shower wet hair under control. Her skin glistened from having just been washed.
I saw you out there. Wasn't too busy, huh?
Of course not. I wasn't gonna miss your big game. You'd probably be able to see it over the bleachers, even if you didn't come to the field.
It took me a moment to realize that she had mocked me, and I sighed. She keeps making tall jokes, and I love it. I wish someone would make tall jokes about me. Because I make short jokes about short people. But only enough that they know it. Not enough that it's like, you know, hey, Tiny! Like, that's not...
Hey!
Izumi shook her head as if trying to change the subject before I called her out.
Anyway, thanks for showing up. It made me work harder.
Sorry, I just instantly turned into regular girl. Sorry, have to be Hermione.
Anyway, thanks for showing up. It made me work harder. Can't look like a loser in front of my girlfriend, right?
I wouldn't have thought any less of you if you lost.
Izumi blinked, apparently not expecting me to take her line seriously.
I'm glad to hear that. I guess I don't need to worry so much.
Because she thinks that if anything goes wrong, we're gonna abandon her like her dad did. She also told us this.
So, what next? Are you hungry?
I've got an all-you-can-eat buffet in my room. Just for you. Sorry. Izumi blinked, didn't expect...
So, what next? Are you hungry?
Very. Are you gonna treat me to lunch? I mean, I guess I could, but our meal plans are technically already paid for.
Izumi chuckled at that, motioning me to follow her.
Come on, let's go.
We headed down the dining hall to celebrate the victory. We had to deal with some other girls coming to congratulate Izumi, but otherwise it was calm compared to the tense game. I laid down in my bed, exhausted. Today marked the end of the semester. I had finished my exam just minutes ago. So I played this on Valentine's Day, or the day after Valentine's Day, but the whole game is just about getting a date for Christmas. So I decided to wait and play it in December. Starting now, the school gave us a few weeks off before the next semester began. Some girls were probably packing up to go home for New Year's, but most of them, like me, were going to be sticking around. That's just how boarding schools work, though. I got used to it, since I could talk to my family on the phone or on social networks anyway. Where's the music? Why is it so quiet in our room? It was kind of nice, being away from home with no homework or classes to deal with. If only the closest town wasn't almost a half hour. I'm projecting because my city is 40 minutes away. Thank you for clarifying. We both know that I paused and I was like, It was kind of nice being away from home with no homework or classes to deal with. If only the closest town wasn't almost an hour away by bus. I was thinking about winter break when I realized that Christmas was this week. I sat up wondering what I should do. Not everyone considered Christmas a big deal, but I liked it. My parents always gave me at least 1 or 2 presents each year. Aside from presents, I was told Christmas was a romantic holiday. You were supposed to spend Christmas Eve with someone you loved. Maybe I could try to set up a Christmas party with my friends. We could go into town and buy presents and then do a gift exchange. Or should I try something else instead? I ended up I decided to call Izumi and ask her to spend Christmas Eve with me. After telling her what my idea was, I waited for her to respond.
That sounds good to me. I'm glad. Your room, right? Yeah, if that's okay. It's okay with me. I'll look forward to it.
We're getting some. She's crazy. She's crazy. She's a freak. It's always the athletes, you know?
Oh, all right.
I had to take a few deep breaths after hanging up. I had a date for Christmas Eve. I tried to make sure my room was nice and as tidy as possible, while I waited nervously for Izumi to arrive. We're putting on the good music. You can ask for a $40 gift for Christmas. I wonder what you can buy with $40. I usually get my brother to either get me a plushie or I get him to buy me a bunch of games. That's usually how I get games, because I don't buy games. I tried to make sure my room was as tidy as possible while I waited nervously for Izumi to arrive. My chest and stomach were starting to hurt from worry. What if she walks out on me like her dad did? I'd tried to plan something really romantic, but I kind of blanked out. I don't even know what sort of gift to give Izumi. When a knock came at the door, I almost jumped.
Coming!
I opened the door to let Izumi in. She was wearing the dress I had worn at our dinner date a few weeks back, but I was too nervous to comment on it.
You're kind of pale. Did you catch a cold or something this morning? I'm fine.
Shutting the door behind her, Izumi pressed a hand against my forehead.
No favor. So that's good, but you don't look okay.
I played with my hands, not able to look at Izumi in the face. Kept staring at her chest. We did also do this. This is exactly what it said we did. Just in case you didn't know. Like, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it genuinely covers everything that you think. You're like, whoa, this is a really nice outfit. She's got big gahongas, and then it's like, and then I look down at her boobs. I'm like, whoa!
I'm fine, really. It's just, I didn't come up with a present for you.
Izumi opened her mouth as if to say, ah. She nodded and patted my arm.
Don't worry, Himeka. You'll be glad you didn't try to get me anything once you see your gift. Huh? Why?
Izumi lifted a box she had brought in with her. It looked like a shoebox of some kind.
Shoes?
She opened the box and pulled out a platform shoe out, dangling it playfully.
Izumi!
Izumi immediately giggled at my pout.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that in one last time. Last? Yeah, I can't keep insulting someone I claim to love, can I?
She put the shoe back in its box and placed the box on the floor.
I found them in my old clothes, so I thought I'd get one last joke out of them before I gave them away.
No, like, imagine a. Wow. Thanks, Sun Tzu. He wrote that in The Art of War. Thank you. The flatter the chest, the closer to the heart you are.
But I'm serious about this being the last time. As funny as it is to get you so worked up, I don't want to risk actually hurting you. Izumi.
Izumi stepped closer, reaching for my shoulders and looking up into my eyes.
I don't want to push you away. I want you to stay with me. I won't leave you, Izumi. I love you.
I hugged Izumi tight against me, feeling her warmth. Made all of the worries I had earlier disappear.
I wish I could have given you a more romantic Christmas Eve date. It's fine, Himeka. Knowing you'll stay with me is the better present than I could have asked for.
Izumi rested her head on my shoulder. We stood like that for a while, just enjoying each other's touch. After a few minutes, Izumi looked up at me with a hesitant smile. Guys, Guys, see, you're like, what's going on? You know every time.
Should we lock the door? Yeah.
Boom, we got some. Blah, blah, blah. Star player, spend the Christmas Eve with Izumi. Boom, 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 boom. We're laying in that girl love. This is my girl love story. Denise Chan.
Mini good.
Rakat B, Jade Vader. Great music. The score was tie, and time was running out. Izumi turned to her teammates and nodded at them, sweat dripping from her face. It was like she was promising she wouldn't let them lose. The girl on the other team served the ball. Izumi received it, setting it up for the rest of her team to send it back. The receiver on the other team nearly stumbled, but managed to catch the ball before it landed. After recovering from the awkward receive, the team was able to get it back over. The ball kept going over the net, back and forth, more times than usual. I felt tense just watching. The ball came to our team's side, and it looked like an easy one to send back. Izumi got into position to receive, looking up at the ball and gritting her teeth. But when the ball bounced off Izumi's arms, it went at the wrong angle. It flew out of the field to the surprise of everyone involved. The girls and visitors in the stands broke out in shouting, expressing both positive and negative shock at the sudden turn. With only seconds left to the game, the rest of the match was a formality. As the last few seconds ran out, most of the players made the show of getting ready for the next serve, but Izumi just stood there, as if spacing out. The moment the buzzer for the end of the match played, Izumi turned and walked off to the field toward the locker rooms. Worried about her, I climbed down from the stands to go after her. She looked upset, but I didn't want to let her get away. Eventually, I caught up to Izumi as she left the locker room with her gym bag. She hadn't showered or anything, she just marched back towards her room. When I caught up to her in the stairwell, I grabbed her by the shoulder to stop her and started shaking her.
Izumi, why are you running off like this? I failed the team. You guys have lost before. You can bounce back.
Izumi spun around to face me, her face stretched in anger.
We've lost before, but I haven't failed the team before. There's a difference.
She was almost shouting, but I didn't understand why.
Why are you acting like this?
What's your problem? Dude, don't ask your girlfriend. Why are you acting like this? You're being so crazy. Don't ever ask your girlfriend, why are you acting like this?
What do you mean you failed the team?
Izumi looked away, clenching her free hand into a fist.
Everyone was counting on me. It was an easy play and I fucked it up. You don't get to be the star player if you fuck up. Everyone makes mistakes, Izumi. No, they don't. I can't make mistakes.
I was getting scared now. I really hope no one happens to by and sees Izumi like this.
What do you mean? I can't be weak. If I'm a failure, I don't belong anymore. I can't be on the team if I'm a fuck up.
Slowly it began clear in my mind. The truth scared me. It was like what Izumi had thought of romance, thanks to her parents' divorce. She thought that if she wasn't good enough, no one would respect her, that no one would care about her. I see what's going on now. It's your divorced parents, because that's what we told her last time and it worked out. Izumi frowned, looking confused.
What? Izumi, listen to me.
Looking around, Izumi seemed to come to a decision and slowly nodded.
I know this may be hard to accept on faith, but you're not a failure. Not from a single mistake. Your team cares about you more than you think. You may want to be their role model, but you're more than that to them. If you're at all close to any of your teammates, they will forgive you. They're not going to try to kick you off the team or something.
Let me tell you everything that you're worried about and say nope. Izumi looked away.
You let them down in front of a fucking crowd. How could they forgive that? Let me prove it. Come back to the locker room with me, and let's see what they have to say.
Izumi's eyes went wide. She took a few steps back.
I can't do that. I ran away. They won't want me there.
If they're worth caring about their opinion of you, If they're worth caring about their... If they're worth caring about their opinion of you... If it's worth caring about their opinion for you, okay.
If they're worth caring about their opinion of you, they'll be worried about how you feel. They're not gonna hate you for running off. But if I go back, you'll see that they just want to help you feel better.
I took Izumi by the arm, pulling her toward me.
I promise you won't, be hated. Not by all of them, anyway.
Some of them, maybe. What?
If somehow none of them forgive you, I'll admit I was wrong to take you there and do whatever it takes to make it up to you.
Sorry, wrong voice.
I promise I won't, you won't, be hated. Not by all of them anyway. If somehow none of them forgive you, I'll admit I was wrong to take you there, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it up to you.
Induce trauma, discombobulate. Induce trauma, discombobulate. They get stunned by the absurd comeback. Discombobulate. Kiss them, discombobulate. Situation de-escalates easily. Remind them of their divorced parents. Discombobulate.
I want you to accept their feelings without questioning their motives.
Sorry.
But if any of them try to comfort you or make sure you're okay, I want you to accept their feelings without questioning their motives.
Izumi was shaking, but she didn't resist when I began to walk with her trailing behind me. Taking Izumi back to the locker rooms, we were quickly greeted by a pair of first years on the team. Both of them had worry in their eyes as they asked Izumi why she ran off after the game was over. One even thought Izumi had been injured, thus explaining the disappearance and the bad play.
You played so bad I thought you had to be injured. Oh, we had to put you down like a horse.
Izumi looked like she was tearing up, but she rubbed her face so it blended in with the sweat.
No, I'm not hurt.
Some of the others came over to Izumi, patting her on the back or hugging her as they complained about how good the other team was. As more of the team came to support Izumi, she seemed to return to her old self. She was still quieter than usual, but she was able to talk normally to her teammates. 2 or 3 members of the team who wanted to blame Izumi for the loss got shut down by everyone else. No one seemed ready to let the captain get reprimanded for a mistake. After talking to everyone and taking a quick shower, Izumi came back to me. I noticed that she had her dress on as her change of clothes.
I really did fail them. What? No, you didn't. How can you? I didn't trust them to support me.
I froze, my words unfinished.
I'm really not the best captain, am I? I help them train. I do my best in every match, but I don't expect any of them to do anything for me. I couldn't trust them to support me if I fell.
Izumi bit her lip.
I have to get better. I can't treat everyone like my dad
and run away from them. Truly, when things went tough, she ran away. It's crazy.
Apple falls far from the tree, doesn't it? It rolls right down the hill.
Unsure of what to say, I took Izumi into a hug. She returned the hug, laying her head on my flat chest.
Thank you, Himeka. If you didn't make me come back, I still think they only wanted the star player, the team captain, but some of them just want me for me. I'm glad you found that out. Do you feel better knowing that? Yes. Even if it means I have to work harder.
I held her tighter.
Tell me if you need anything from me. I want to help you too. You're too nice to me, but I do love you. Thanks for sticking with me.
I wasn't sure what the future would lead, but I felt like this wasn't. I'm so dyslexic, jeez. I wasn't sure about where the future would lead, but I felt like this was a turning point for Izumi. Hope. I read it. Just let me get through this and I'll read it, okay? Hopefully from now on, she wouldn't have to always feel so alone, like she was one mistake away from being thrown away. I hope I can continue helping her like this. I don't want her to have to share her mother's fate
Alright, so this is Shiorigoto. When the going gets hard, the hard get going. Okay, load. Wait here. We'll go here. We'll do prologue. And we'll do auto. 1 second. So these are all the girls. This is Kiku. This is the mini. I am the mini. That's Shiorigoto. That's Shiori. See? She has really long hair. Long, straight hair. Look, it's right there. And she's pretty. Everyone thinks she's pretty. Character stories are now unlocked. So, we did Izumi, Kawano. We did Shiorigoto. So we did Hermione. Do we want to do Cookie, the baking girl? Do we want to do our best friend? Do we want to do the blind girl, or do we want to do music girl who's Minnie? I'm gonna drink some more water. You can't see. Okay, I'll just describe them. There's the white-haired tomboy with short hair. She likes to run. She does cross-country running, and she's our friend. And we said that we wanted to find a date to Izumi and Kiyomi. Nanami is a first year who likes to bake and is really cute.
And she sounds like this, 'cause she's so weak.
Do you want to do our best friend? Okay, you don't have to ask me. Kiku is a redhead who's really tiny, but she's a third year. But she looks like a child, like a middle schooler was what we said. And she plays so many different instruments. She played a flute, and then we came in, talked to her, and then she played clarinet. And she invited us to listen to her.
And she sounds like this because she's mini.
And I read the words like it's one word at a time, not like a sentence. Atsuko Aoki thinks that only pretty girls can get by because she's friends with Nanami and they're both first years. And she's blind in one eye, and she thinks that we only help Nanami because she's cute and she blushes. But we actually like Atsuko because she's so kind. We're gonna do our best friend, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, wait 1 second. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go. Boom! Boom! I do need a snacky. Soon. When I went to go to talk to Kiyomi after her track meet. When I found her, she was still talking to some of her teammates. 1 second, I have to check the achievements. My achievements. Yeah, we did dateless. It was June 22nd. Wait, do we have the VOD for that then? Let me check because I just want to know what Shiorigoto's voice was. June is the 6th. 6 22. We have 23. We do not have 22. We did not record it. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have Gamer Princess. This is Gamer Princess. So more people went on a date with Izumi. 20% went on and Seeking Love. Complete the prologue. So Adoring Baker, Opening Up. Set 2 friends up with each other. Oh. Wait, can we date our best friends? Yep. Okay, so if we mess up, I think we can make our... That one's gonna be tough. How do we make our friends fall in love? Because we only have 2 friends, and the other ones are just people who we're mildly interested in. I don't want to do this one yet. I'm sorry. This one seems important. You made it home? I'm so glad. We totally porked Izumi in case you didn't hear. And then she was like, I'm running away from all my problems. And then we made her face her problems. And then she's like, it's not actually that bad. And then we fell in love. I don't want to date my best friend right now.
Okay, good. I'm so glad that you heard that we totally porked for Christmas. Not you, not we, but like, you know, me and my girlfriend. And we're both girls. So it sounds like I'm gonna play Kiyomi twice. Okay, so we have Atsuko. She's blind in one eye and she's a nerd and she thinks that ugly people suck and she thinks she's ugly. Nanami is timid and is shy and bakes cookies, and Kiku is mini and she's so smart and mini and she plays instruments. And so Magi, I'll let you pick because Fizzy just gave me a quote about do we want to do our best friend, because I did say that. I will grab a quick snacky. Wait 1 second. Do you want Minnie? I want Minnie. Snacky. There you go. Here. I'll run a 30-second ad, and then I will be right back. I think I'm leaning towards Minnie, but if you say Nanami, here, I'll put them on screen as well. Cause I'm nice like that. Cause I'm so nice and caring. Okay, so Kiyomi is our friend, but we have to play that twice. Nanami is
Cute wispy baking girl, and she loves to bake, and she's just so shy and cute.
Atsuko is blind in one eye, and she thinks ugly people suck, and she thinks she's ugly. She thinks we don't like her, but she's a tsundere. And then there's Kiku, who's mini and she plays the instruments, and she's mini and she invited us to go watch her play music. That's what happened. I'm gonna run an ad, 30 seconds, and I'm gonna go run into the other room, grab a protein bar. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a protein bar. Fizzy. I would love that. I would be over the moon for that. I'd blush and I'd be like, that's what I'd do. All right, I'm gonna run the ad, and I'm gonna go grab a protein bar. Wait, here, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna be fast on it. If you need any references, just let me know. Egg. I don't know what egg means. Egg. Mini fries. Sorry, are you calling me bald? Yeah. I actually do have a maid outfit. It's one of the few cosplays that I grabbed just to disassemble it, but I have all the parts for it, so I could just do it again. And sometimes I put it on, and I sit under my bed when I'm being autistic. Or, I mean, when I'm being normal. Hi, welcome back. Are you just calling me bald, Moggy? Is that what's happening? You're just like, hey, bald! I actually, my family, I'm supposedly gonna get gray hairs early, which I did at age 12. No, it's actually, so I have gray hairs right now. I got gray hairs when I was 12 years old, and I have the same hair as my dad, and it's kind of gonna stay like that. You're gonna shave me bald? You know, I was shaved bald as like a young toddler, and then I didn't go anywhere without a hat. Yep. Alright, I'm snacking on some crunchy peanut butter. And a protein bar. That's really, really, really yummy. Did you make a choice, Moggy? Yeah, like a young toddler is like, you know, like 3. And an older toddler is like 5. We're going baking? Alright. Let's spend the semester with Nanami. I'll time my snack. Sorry, I actually should grab water also. I'm not gonna do that. But I should. I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna not even grab water. I'm gonna grab an Arizona iced tea. I'm so sorry. I'm so disorganized. Alright, I'm back. I have to close the vent because the heating in my room is really bad. And when I say bad, I mean it's winter, so it's really cold. But then if I let the heat on, it's like my room turns into a furnace. I can play any fighting games? Depends what you mean. You mean Street Fighter? Probably one day. Do you mean Mortal Kombat? Maybe. If someone asked me to. Do you mean Tekken? I'd love to, but if someone told me to and, like, got me the game, I would. Do you mean, like, Rabbit and Steel? Actually, I plan to play that on my debut. I'm actually doing a collab. Do you mean, Waifu Fighters? Yeah, I plan to do that on my free time when I buy the game, because it's really funny. Food break. Sorry. What do you mean I don't play any fighting games? I play Street Fighter. I have it on my Xbox. It's just I'm not gonna play it on stream. I have Mortal Kombat, a couple of them. I love Blanca, and my backup's Honda. Because I love sumo wrestling. But I do sick Blanca combos. I can't remember which Street Fighter I grew up playing, but it was on the Xbox 360. Sorry, I'm still snacking. Who do you mean? My brother's a completionist and he likes to 100% games. So he usually has like one main and then he'll just play everyone to get through like every single story mode. So I usually just specialize with my one character and get really good with my main. I want to play Super Smash Bros. With Lucario. I'm licking the peanut butter off my fingers. Sorry. There we go, we're ready to play now. Nanami texted me about needing some help. Ugh. This is my problem. I have a reading thing where I can read it, and I can read it, bam, I read it just now. Like, in a half second, fraction, like, boom, I look at it, it's already read. Yeah, I main Akuma too. Wow. I'm so good at Street Fighter, I'm main Akuma. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, I shouldn't make fun of you for that. It's a valid option, and he's really cool. Nanami texted me about needing help with some of her homework, and so I headed over to the library. I'm googling if it's... I thought it was... No, he's in Street Fighter. That's literally reused like Dad, right? No, it's a different evil dark guy. By the way, I'm looking up Tekken Evil Grandpa. That's a Jinpachi Mishima. Yeah, Akuma's just evil. Evil Grandpa's this guy. Farm Sims and Gacha? Yeah. I just stopped playing gachas. I'm sure you guys know this. Not you, Muggy, but I just gave up. Yeah, Heihachi's the typical evil dad in Tekken. He's the evil dad. I stopped playing gacha games because I literally just like one day I woke up and I'm like, it doesn't matter. And I know the moment it was when I didn't pull the perfume lady in Genshin Impact, and then I played out my my food fantasy. It was pretty good, and then I just stopped. I've never played Genshin Impact after that, by the way. And then Azur Lane. I love Azur Lane. I think about it all the time. I went to Azur Lane shop in Japan. I have the Azur Lane DVD or CD for music. Jin and Kazuya. I know Tekken because there's a bear and there's a jaguar. And there's Kazuya. He's the main guy. Who's Jin? Okay, don't look up Jin because that's just a South Korean songwriter. Tech. Oh yeah, yeah. Moggy, you play Jin. You didn't need to tell me that. Just looking at him, I'm like, yeah. Wooden doll Tekken? Tekken. Wooden man. Nah, he looks so clunky. The way you're just so self-assured and full of yourself, you know? Yeah, Mokujin. Oh, I wonder why his name is Mokujin. That's crazy. Wood guy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, he looks like a meme character, but like in Tekken, all the meme characters are well thought out and like, you know, good. All right. Nanami texted me about needing help with some of her homework, and so I headed over to the library. I hoped I was able to help. I didn't really think it through when I offered to help her out. I sat down. Okay, she has anxiety. We know this. She has social anxiety, I'm assuming. No, Mokujin is definitely made to be funny. The way he looks is super memey. I sat down in the seat across from Nanami, which caused her to jump when she saw me.
Sorry, did I surprise you? It's fine, I just didn't see you. So what did you need help with?
Bro, they all do. Like, Shiori's like, everyone hates me and I just want to play my games and I don't want to do anything with my life or something like that. I don't remember. And then... Dude, you want a Bocchi the Rock dark alternate universe? Okay, cool. Crazy.
So, so what did you need help with? Well, you see, my parents used to double check my math homework, so I'm nervous handing in math homework until someone else checks it now.
know it's childish, but...
She trailed off, biting her lip. Okay. She can't do anything by herself. And she's actually very confident. She just doesn't believe in herself. But it's not just she doesn't believe in herself. It's she's fundamentally can't operate without someone. Fun fact, I had an ex-girlfriend like that. Same one as the other one. The other girl in the game. The cookie baker that gets... I feel like people who bake cookies don't get baked the highest. I think they are multiplied, like augmented with someone else. I'm gonna ruin her. I decided to take the lead to keep her from getting too worked up.
Let me take a look then. Thank you.
She handed me her solution sheet, and I went down each problem and checked her work. My eyes started to glaze over halfway through, but I kept up for her sake. She had no faults, and everything was done exactly as the textbook expected. Do you know what I do with people like this? This is evil. This is evil what I do. I go like this. I go look at it. I check the first 3 answers, and I go, yeah, they know what they're doing. And then I just look, I like just like glaze over. I don't even look at it. I go, and I pretend like I'm thinking about it. I'm like, and I look at the grammar maybe, but I'm like, yo, you're right. I didn't even look. I didn't look at the answer. I didn't read it. But I'm like, looks good. Like, honestly.
They look perfect. Really? Yeah, I've never seen someone get these all right on the first try.
Nanami seems to miss that part, taking the sheet back and putting it in a folder.
I'm so glad it all worked out. I get so worried I'll make a mistake that no one catches in time to save my grade.
4 consecutive jargons, yeah. Except it's like this guy knows. I use jargon. I use jargon because it's fun. Did her parents get mad when she got bad grades or something? Did her dad leave her and that's why she's so perfect?
Thank you. I'll ask you again later if that's okay. Oh yeah, that's fine with me.
I hope she's a massive bong rip. Why do you guys want the girl who does baking to rip bong? She gave a fragile-looking smile and then took her things and ran off. I'm glad I was able to help, but did she even really need my help? It's emotional help, not real help. It's more important. I was looking for a place to sit in the dining hall when I heard a voice call out to me. Himeka. Oh, wait, sorry. It's Minnie! This is Minnie! She plays music, and that's why her name's Kiku, because that means to listen.
Hey, Himeka. Do you want to sit with us?
I turned to see that Kiku and Nanami were just at the table together. Curious, I walked over to join them.
I'm not sure I've seen you two together often.
The place was getting a bit full when Nanami came, so we ended up sitting together.
It seems to have cleared out a bit since then.
Wait, guys, I know what it is. She's anxious now, but then when she grows and develops into a mature woman, she's gonna find a way to remedy her issues. A little bit of the green.
Kikimasen kara.
Yeah. Why? Anyways, yeah. Wait, can you not hear me when I go,
I'm Minnie.
no, you can hear me. I'm so confused. I know it's a reference. It's a reference that I don't get. Why did we were straight perfectionist procrastinator? Bro, you're literally Shiori. We're gonna quick save there. Yep. Return.
It seems to have cleared out a bit since then. I guess I'm a bit late for dinner.
Studying?
Yeah.
Nanami gave me a weak smile.
least you'll be ready for tomorrow's classes.
Yeah, I get that. For me, I just don't want to do it because it's useless, and then I don't do my best. I just do like 80% is my goal, and then I get 80% or do better, and I'm like, see, I never needed it to try. Like I'm a schizo horrible person. When I study with someone, I literally am just like, I read through the textbook. Like I'm not studying, I just go flip through the pages. It's
Nothing can really prepare me for classes.
Hiku turned to Nanami.
Anyway, tell me more about this recipe you were talking about. It sounded interesting.
Oh, it's Polish, I think.
Wait, are they the donuts? Ooh, it's like plum donuts?
I can't pronounce its name very well, though. What kind of food are you talking about? Let's see. Imagine a cookie, maybe? Except it's folded around a fruit jam filling.
Oh, they're jams! My grandma would make them. She was, German, but it was like the Germans that got, incorporated into the Slavic region. Kiku grinned as if she were imagining it right now.
I'm interested in seeing what it looks like. Can you show me sometime?
Sure. I think I can do that. It does sound interesting.
Talking to these two about food made me feel like my actual dinner was subpar. Maybe I should consider trying something new. Get a girlfriend who loves cooking! And then force her to cook for you. Nanami texted to say my right click is broken and I'm tweaking out. Nanami texted to say she needed my help again, this time asking me to come to her room. When I knocked, I heard the sound of like a squeak of surprise, and a fat bubble, like a blah, 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 blah. No, Nanami! Don't hold your breath, it's not gonna do anything!
Just a minute.
I heard a frantic movement on the other side of the door. Then Nanami opened it with a massive blush on her face. Was she going to town? She let me in, and I smelled some sort of food. Fresh cookies, maybe? Bro, does she have a Venus tummy? Do you guys know about the Venus tummy? I want to spread awareness of this to everyone. She was doing science experiments.
I made you some cookies. We had spare ingredients at my club. I also put some special ingredients.
Oh, thanks. She presented me with a warm plate of cookies. A plate of warm cookies. See, at least my dyslexia is like whole words, it just mixes them around, but it's the same meaning. And I took 2 from it.
So, what did you need help with? I wanted to make sure my history homework is right.
I looked at her bed and saw a book poking out from under the pillow. It's Yuri!
Is it over?
What? A book poking out from under her pillow.
Is it over?
A sudden squeak silenced me, and Nanami pressed a book to my chest before running to her bed.
I'll get the assignment sheet.
I didn't get a good look at the book Nanami had under her pillow before she gave it a shove into the drawer and gave me her homework sheet. I forced the cookies into my mouth so I could hold the book and the assignment, and I started looking it over. No wonder there's bubbling bathwater? Dude, bathwater cookies? That's no good. As before, it was flawless work. I tried to figure out how to ask why Nanami was worried.
Are you sure you need help? This all looks fine to me.
She's not vegan. I mean, she's a little thin. She might be vegan.
My parents used to check everything before I turned it in.
guess I never grew out of it.
She gave an awkward smile that faded into a frown.
I was spoiled, so I don't know how to do it on my own. I get worried.
It was so green, so you know it's vegan. Oh, okay. And there's like, the packaging has like sprinkles on it, but like I don't see any sprinkles on the brownie. It's like space stuff, like stars and like planet stuff. I wonder why that's like that.
I don't think you need to worry. This all looks great to me.
I handed the assignment back to her.
You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Nanui bounced a bit in her seat with a massive smile. With her massive smile.
I'll try not to worry so much. But we can talk again, right?
Sure.
Thank you.
She gave me another few cookies as I left, which I thanked her for. I might not be hungry for dinner at this rate. I was on my way back to my room after classes for the day when I found Nanami standing in the hallway. She was wearing an apron, as if she had been on her way to her club meeting. I'm just the I'm just the text subject. She wants to see like if the different things do stuff to me. She's gonna try and mind break me with her baking. I wish she had an actual apron on. That'd be cool, but they don't have the budget for more than 2 character designs. One for class and then one for not class. I don't know how we went to school like this when we have an outfit, but okay. But she was clasping her hands over her chest and looking around worriedly.
Is something wrong, Nanami?
She jumped a bit hearing me. Sighing, she looked up and gave a small nod.
I'm trying to make Azuki bean paste for my club, but no one in the club has any recipe for it handy. We might need to look it up online, but the president wanted to find someone who already knew how to make it.
We are dressed. Yeah. Why the hell do we just have a rainbow on our chest, though? Are we a My Little Pony? Is this our cutie mark? Is this our cutie mark for being bisexual? Like, what the We're the bisexual pony.
I'm afraid I've never had to make anything like that.
It's the alphabet logo. Is there anyone that might know? Azuki Bean generally seems to be a part of traditional sweets, so maybe someone like Shiori would know how to work with them. Yeah, this game's really cute. It's called Blooming Nightshade. I've got a bunch of gay girl dating sims, I think. Either that or I have a bunch of them on a list. Which one's worse? I don't know. I think Kiyomi might also know something about basic recipes, though I can't be sure if she ever worked with Azuki beans. If all else failed, Nanami could talk to her classmate Atsuko. Maybe she'd be willing to help. Who would be the best to suggest? Oh no! Oh god. I don't want to send her to Shiori. I don't want to send her to Kiyomi. I don't want to send her Atsuko. We don't even know Atsuko. Guys, do we send it to Shiori, the princess, who's a gamer? Who would probably not know it? Do we send her to Kiyomi, our tomboy track and field friend who wants quiet and to be left alone? Or do we send her to Atsuko, the half-blind girl who's real grumpy? Ah, this is tough. I'm thinking maybe Atsuko. I'm thinking the half-blind girl, because that's someone in her class, and we're teaching her to go to her friends instead of my friends. After this, we're gonna set her up with Izumi. Atsuko, yeah? Okay.
Maybe try asking Atsuko if she knows how to help. She's in your class, right? I suppose. I'll ask her. See you later, Himeka.
Good luck. Nanami headed off. I hope things would go well for her. A few days later. While I was heading back to my room after class, I noticed that Nanami was hesitantly walking over to me. When she reached me, she held her hands in front of her as she took a deep breath.
Is something wrong, Nanami?
Well, I went to ask Aski about the bean paste, Atsuko, and she didn't want to help.
Sorry. I am a perfectionist. As soon as I read she didn't help, I'm not going through any of that. She's really mean. She pushes you away because she's scared. I'm not going through any rejection.
My classmate Kiyomi has made stuff like that before. Maybe try asking her.
I wrote down some information on how Nanami could contact Kiyomi, and she nodded.
Thank you. I'll ask her. Good luck.
Nanami headed off. I hoped things would go well for her. A few days later. Well, I noticed she was walking over to me. When she reached me, she held her hands in front of her as she took a deep breath.
Is something wrong, Nanami? Well, I went to ask about the bean paste. She was really helpful. She shared a recipe at the club.
I'm a little jealous right now. Okay, I'll read it properly.
Is something wrong, Nanami?
Well, I went to Kiyomi about the Azuki bean paste, like you suggested. She was, really helpful. She shared her recipe with the club.
I'm glad she was able to help you out.
Nanami smiled widely.
Me too. I was a bit surprised.
Well, it's good everything worked out. Yeah, I'm gonna date Kiyomi now.
No! That's my future druggie.
Anyway, see you later.
Okay, see ya.
And with that, she hurried off. Not sure how to respond, I decided to go back to my room. Nanami called me to meet her at the cooking club's room, so I went to go check on her. When I got there, only Nanami was still present. She was cleaning up a table and putting things away. There was some sort of bread laying out, looking freshly baked.
I'm here.
Nanami turned, noting my presence.
Just a moment.
Finishing up with the plate, Nanami took off her apron and took out the plate of bread.
I, made some spare seed cakes for you.
Seed cakes?
They're an English recipe, I think. You'll try one, right?
Sure.
I took one of the cakes and shoved it into my mouth like a greedy piggy. Seed bread and she's vegan? It had a texture like that of walnut bread, or some other kind of bread with nuts and such inside.
It's pretty good. I'm surprised I've never heard of it before.
I have a seed bread. It's a sourdough and it's a cranberry walnut. And it's really, really good. I had some today. I bought it from a French bakery.
I'm glad you like it. To be honest,
Nanami looked away, biting her lip.
I don't know how to say this.
She looked really worried. She wants me! She wants me!
Is there something wrong?
No, it's just... Will you go out with me? I can bake you treats like this all the time.
Vegan. Oh no! we have yet to get the B word. Actually, I think that's the blind one. No, that's tsundere. We haven't gotten the B word yet. I nearly coughed on the last of my seed cake when she blurted that out. I don't see her that way. Imagine I clicked that. I want some of that cake, you know?
I don't know what to say. guess I'd be okay with that.
I wonder if my blush was as red as Nanami as she turned to face me. No way, look at this. That's like a little pink. Bro, she's turning into a tomato. Because she's vegan.
Thank you. I'm really thankful that you put up with me. I want to make you happy too.
Has Nanami not had a lot of friends?
You're not as hard to be around as you make it sound.
But I'm always really selfish and spoiled.
I don't see you like that. You're being too hard on yourself.
I'm not sure if Nanami accepted that observation, because she instead pushed the plate of cakes towards me.
Want more?
Sure.
We talked a bit more about her baking, her veganism, her weed addiction, then I headed back to my room. I didn't expect to suddenly be asked out by such a cute underclassman. I suddenly felt the urge to teach her about how mature she was for being an underclassman. How are we doing this to Nanami? Nanami's like the most innocent, cute one. Nanami has that magic. Once again, Nanami called me over to her club room after everyone else had left. It's because she wants to tongue me down in my throat. Wait, is there a freaky emote? Let me go to BTTV. I've added a bunch today. I've added please. One second. Freaky. I need that tongue. Do we want anime? Do we want... No, we're going with this one. The classic. Alright. It doesn't show up on stream, but it shows up in chat. You might need to refresh if you don't see it and you have BTTV. It's the stick guy that goes me when the genie gives me a fourth wish just to see if I'll wish for another beer, and I wish for another beer. This time she was pouting as she slumped over a counter. A nasty smell hit me as I... Sorry. I don't know why I say nasty like it's bombastic side-eye. A nasty smell hit me like as I walked into the room. Dude, no, don't... Oh god, I hope she didn't fart. Oh, thank god it's just burnt food. Thank god it's burnt food. Thank god it's burnt food. I was a little worried. I was like, are we gonna get like something crazy? Because Shiori, we got like a regular romance. Izumi, we got like to get it. Yeah. Don't say that. Don't say that. I'll time you out of...
Did something get burnt?
Nanami only nodded, not saying anything.
You didn't get hurt, did you?
I walked near Nanami, only for her to pull at her hair and growl.
I did everything right. Why didn't it just work?
I had to step back to avoid getting hit by her elbow. Okay, we know what her trauma is. I felt my heart pump faster at seeing her get so upset.
Nanami, are you okay?
Nanami slumped against the counter, sliding on the floor. She left a snail trail. She didn't even adjust her skirt when it slid up to reveal her pink panties! What? What? Why would we throw that in there?
I can't do anything on my own. Stupid spoiled bitch.
Okay, we found the bitch. Guys, we found her. Yeah, no, it's like you forget that this game throws like swearing in it, and then they just like have a mental breakdown because they burnt a brownie, or like they told you that their dad left them. It's like crazy. She was almost in tears now. I knelt down next to her.
Nanami, it's okay. It was a mistake.
But if I mess this up like this, you won't like me anymore.
Bro, what's with all the girls with... I wish it was this easy. I wish I could just be like, no, you're so capable. You're so strong, girl. And then they'd be like, wow, I love you so much. Like, what do you mean?
That isn't true, Nanami.
I placed a hand on her shoulder as gently as I could.
I'm not going to break up with you because you messed up a recipe. I'll break up with you because you're crazy. You've baked on your own before, right? And you succeeded?
Yeah.
And you are good with your schoolwork, even without help, right?
I guess.
Then you can do things on your own. If you need help, you can ask people for it. But don't hate yourself if you can't do things on your own, okay?
She didn't respond, but she seems to understand what I meant. No, they're not. They need more. Never mind. They need more women. Sorry, they need women. WLW. Women love women. She didn't respond, but she seems to understand what I meant. She probably was too embarrassed to admit she was wrong. Because that's just another thing she's messed up. How about I help you clean out the oven? We don't want it smelling like this tomorrow.
Thank you.
We ended up spending almost an hour cleaning up the club room. We didn't say much. Dude, I'd be such a good lesbian. Sorry. Sorry, intrusive thought. Still, I think Nanami felt better when we left. Oh, it's Yuri! I was walking down the hallway when I saw Shiori. Cause I'm a woman and I love women? I don't know. I just know that I'd feel cisgendered in any body. That's one thing I can say 100%. I was walking down the hallway. I was cruising on the street in my 6-4, jogging the bitches, jogging the hoes, when I saw Shiori, who was looking at each door number before moving on. Worried she might be lost or something, I went over to her.
Looking for something?
Shiori turned to me, nodding.
I was going to speak with someone from the cooking club, but I forgot to ask where it was. Oh,
Sorry. Sorry, let me go to my notepad. Princess is bass soft. Okay. Shiori turned to me, nodding.
I was going to speak with someone from the cooking club, but I forgot to ask where it was. Oh, the cooking club? You're on the wrong floor. But really, I thought for sure I was getting close. How about you follow me? I'll show you where to find it.
Shiori smiled and gave a slight bow.
Thank you. I'm going to be late at this rate.
I showed Shiori where the club room was, telling her what the room number was as well, so she could find it again if she forgot my directions. Once we got there, Shiori bowed again.
Thank you. I'll be sure to remember it this time. No worries. It's hard to remember if you never knew in the first place. True.
Shiori waved and went into the cooking club room. I wonder what she was going to talk about. I got a text from Nanami, asking me to come to her room, so I went over to check on her. She was doing homework when I arrived, but she put it away when I got there.
I made these pastries I wanted you to try before, but I forgot to give them to you. They weren't overcooked this time, so hopefully they're still good after a few days.
She's gonna poison us! She's gonna poison us! Yeah! Yes! It's moldy!
I'm sure they'll be good, knowing you. I'm looking forward to trying them.
Nanami smiled at me and stood up, unwrapping a plate that had been sealed with clear wrapper. A green film covered the baked goods. I took a seat on Nanami's bed. I felt something hard and cylindrical, tube-like even, under me. What's that smell? It smells vegan. Hard and rectangular under me, and I had to shift around a bit. It's Yaoi. It's Yaoi book, right? I looked down at what I saw. I saw the outline of what I thought was a book.
Hey, Nanami. What is...
I'll get it.
Scurrying over, Nanami dug under the covers and slipped the book under her arm. Gulp. She forgot. Forcing the plate of pastries into my hand, she ran to her desk and put the book away.
Are you hiding that from me?
I don't want anyone to know I have that sort of thing. I'm a fujoshi.
No, she's a fujoshi. Fizzy. Don't say that. She probably have a little pathetic one too, so like we don't even care about that. Sorry. She must have blurted it out without planning to, because she clapped her hands on her mouth and blushed hard.
I'll try one of these pastries.
Thank you.
It wasn't, it was rectangular. I just said that because it was Zaza. It was Zaza. I took one of them and bit a piece off a piece. A fruit jam. It has fruit jam and it's been sitting there for a couple days? We're in Japan. I know we don't got a fridge. In our dorm? No way. A fruit jam gave the snacks a lot of flavor.
I like this one. What did you make it with?
I used my love. Oh, let's see.
She started rattling off the recipe, going over each of the ingredients in step. Oof. Yappa, 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 yappa. I lost track partway through, but it looked like she was enjoying herself, so I let her keep yapping.
Try this one next.
Okay. Okay. I'll see how this one tastes.
This is so romantic. Oh my god. She's just feeding me baked goods on her bed. That's so cute. There were a lot more pastries than Nanami wanted me to try than I expected. She's farming me. No. Before long, I realized I had taste tested a whole plate of Dude, she's fattening me up to get some good lard. She wants that good lard for her baked goods. I'm gonna be...
No! I don't want to be a croissant!
Dude, I need to commission me being a croissant. I'm gonna commission that on my own. There were a lot more pastries that Nanami wanted me to try than I expected. Before long, I realized I had taste tested a whole place of snacks. By the time we finished, I was no longer hungry for dinner. Women love women, women larding women. Yeah. I guess I'll just skip it for today. Do you guys know about Venus tummy? I mentioned it, but yeah. After class one day, I overheard a few girls in my class talking about a bake sale being run by the cooking club. Nope. Alright. So Venus tummy is basically where a girl has the curve, but it's specifically because her womb takes up space in her body. So then, like, she has a little extra flesh, and it gives a lot more erotic curves, and it's a very feminine feature. It's really cool. That's what I call it. Let me look up Venus tummy. Yeah, the paunch. Let me tell you, I looked up Venus tum, and it's Venus tummy. Venus tummy refers to the smooth, toned ab, often depicted in classic art. And then you click figures, and let me tell you, you find Venus tummy. Yeah. It's basically like girls don't have abs, they have a womb, and then the extra bit on it. Yeah, you know what's up. It's like actually from like the painting of Venus. But it's basically like that outward curve from the stomach that you get because women have wombs. Whole extra organ. Whenever a woman complains about being bloated and being fat, you say, you have an extra organ. You're not. You're doing great. Because you never... You're welcome. Butt fangs are good. I got butt fangs. I don't like how juicy my butt is. Because it's like, I feel like if I had a worse butt, it wouldn't, like, I'd like butts more, but I don't like butts because mine's better. You know? I got a nice cake. Sorry. I do. After class one day, I overheard a few girls in my class talking about a bake sale being run by the cooking club. I wonder why Nanami had never mentioned it to me. At any rate, we had better go and leave this. Even if I don't buy anything, I want to cheer Nanami on. When I got the cooking club's room, I looked around for Nanami. It didn't take long for me to find her, and I waved to get her attention.
Himeka, why are you here?
I wanted to see how you were doing with the bake sale. Why didn't you tell me about it?
You have a nice butt too, and Reina loves your butt. Yeah. Yeah. I think my butt could be nicer. Like, it's not like a 10 out of 10, but I think it's like a 9 out of 10. My family makes fun of how nice my butt is.
I don't want you to make you pay for what I make.
I guess I can sort of see why she might think that way. You don't want me to buy what you've made?
That's what I fucking said.
Sorry, it's just like she snapped that one time and now I can't get it out of my head. She's just an abuser. Sorry.
I'd rather make it for you, especially for free. With my love.
That's really sweet of her.
I'll look forward to that then. Is there anything good that the others made?
I feel like butts are just good on people. I don't think it's a gendered thing. I think people recognize it for women because of the patriarchy and, like, you know, denying women, you know, freedom to not be sexualized. But let me tell you, I got a nice butt. I got sexualized. Not gonna lie. People do. Sorry, I turned into Sayori for a second.
Maybe try these ones over here.
Nanami showed me a few suggestions, and I bought a few snacks made by her clubmates. After saying goodbye to Nanami, I took my purchases back to my room. I was looking over some books to read at the library when I noticed that Nanami was sitting at a table in the corner. Heading over to her, I waved to get her attention. She looked up from the book she was reading and smiled.
Hey, Himeka, what are you here for?
My girlfriend!
I was considering something to read to get my mind off of homework. Haven't found much so far.
You have 2 books there.
I sat down across from Nanami, settling down the books she had pointed at.
Well, I'm not sure about these yet. This one looks like it could just be a generic fantasy book, and the cover is this mysterious book makes it look weird. Anyway, what are you reading?
We know what she's reading. Nanami held up her book, and I glanced over the title to see what... It was a cookbook. Oh. I want her to be a Fujoshi.
Looking up a recipe? Sort of. I'm more just look at the pictures right now.
She can't read! She can't read! Oh my god, she can't read!
Sorry, she can't read. Oh my god, she's just looking at the pictures in a cookbook? Dude, she can't read. I like to read... fantasy. What do you like to read? A manga browser. I used to read a bunch of manhwa, and then I used to watch a bunch of manhwa being read by people. I made sure that it was people.
Some of these illustrations are creative.
What do you mean?
Nanami turned the book towards me. I leaned in a bit to look at the recipe title, which had something to do with carrots. Sorry. It said baby's first recipe or something? She's only looking at the pictures in her hardcore Yuri smut too. You know, I bought a Yuri book in Japan. I have 1 Yuri book. I wanted it because I was like, I need a romance, so it's a girl love story. And then they kiss at the end.
Wait, are those purple carrots?
Look closer. Is that supposed to be a red celery stick?
Did they even bend that way? Oh my god, it's totally yaoi. She gave us a yaoi cookbook.
Is it supposed to be veiny and red celery stick? Do they even bend that way?
I looked up at the recipe title again. Sweetened carrot twists. Not really. I only just bought that because I was like, I gotta have a girl love thing. I have to get a boys love thing just because, like, you know, you gotta have one, you know. Honestly, a large percentage of my community are the gays and the girls. And so I was thinking of singing some Aisha erotica in their honor. Because I do it for the gay, the girls and the gays, that's it. Shout out to the girls with the big ass lips. Shout out to the girls with the... Yeah. I don't know. This is a nice game. I don't know how many I have. I gotta check now. I don't have a lot. I'll put it in my... I do have Onotome game, but that's different. I have Flowering Nightshade, that's the other one. It's, I think, in university. I think it's the second one. And then I have one game that I'm saving for debut. What's this one? Is this also a gay one, or is this just a harem one? I can't tell. Yeah. Visual novel, immersive sin. Oh, there is a guy in it. Okay, I am a guy in that one. Little green girl. That one's a guy. Love at first sight. We have to finish that one. Nope. No, it's just this one. This is the only lesbo game I got. Sad face. Frowny face. Hi, Bartleby! Wait, Bartleby! There's a character that looks like you. Sorry, I'm gonna save right now just to show you. Save. Main. There's a character that made me think of you. And I made them the mini character, okay? I haven't played it, but I'm saving it for debut. You know this, Fizzy. It's this one. They play musical instruments, okay? This is just a coincidence that they play musical instruments. Here. I'm just gonna skip most of it. Curious as to who is still practicing at this hour, I peeked inside. A girl with the face of a middle schooler was sitting at the table, several wind instruments in front of her. She had the scarf of a third year, which surprised me. And I have the list behind me. This is the list of all the voices that I do, because I forget.
Hey there, was I too loud?
I named her Minnie. No, because it's the... Look at me, big fight, big drink, big cheeseburger.
Mini fry, mini burger, mini flute, mini drink. Hey there, was I too loud?
Anyways, I just thought I'd let you know that this is what I thought. Anyways, we're out of here. We're getting back to the actual stuff. You can continue your alert. Thank you for dropping by, Bartleby. I'm glad to see you. This is all about lesbians, by the way. There are no boys. Even one girl doesn't have a dad. Good mog night. Mog night. Good night. Sleep well. Thank you for hanging out. It's good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. Load.
Not only is it a strange recipe, but whoever drew the pictures has a strange idea of what food looks like.
Sleep well. Stay away from any boys. We don't like boys. We only like girls and women and girls and women and women love women and women larding women. Keep it real in the sheets and keep it real in the streets, Mog. I hope this is a joke book. Nanami checked the front and the back of the book, trying to find some indication that the author knew what they had made. But she can't read, so too bad.
I hope so too, but no idea.
Please don't make me anything from that book. Nanami chuckled, nodding.
I'm gonna put this back. Want me to help you look for a book afterward?
You don't have to, but if you'd like.
It's fine. I'm not going to find anything of use in this book, so I'll have a little extra time now.
She hurried off to put the strange cookbook away. By the time I had time to consider whether or not I had time to accept her offer on the time that she was going to give me, she was back in no time. Nanami led me over to the comics, where she suggested a few things to me.
Please be Fujoshi, please be Fujoshi. Do like banana fish, we need a banana fish recommendation.
When I had picked something out, she squeezed my hand before saying goodbye. After she went to go look for a real cookbook, I started to check out the book that Nanami had recommended and started heading back to my room. The title of the book I held was Witch's Plague. I wondered what kind of comic Nanami had suggested for me. Oh my god, is it really messed up? Is it messed up, sick, twisted? Is it a sick, twisted manga? Oh. I laid my head on my open books, feeling all the energy leave my body. A fake cookbook is basically, it gives you recipes, but they're not real recipes. They're just like concepts. Or they're made with the intention of you not cooking it. Usually they'll have extra little tidbits and like little bubbles of like speech and stuff, like someone else wrote in it. Sorry, I'm taking an Arizona green tea break.
You're gonna tear that page out. Don't do that, Emeka. You're the only one who brought that book with us.
I forced myself to sit up in my seat. My friends and I had gone to the library to study for final exams.
There's too much. There's too much to study. That's why we have the review sheets. There's still too much for me to remember. Why is there so much? If we cut this in half, maybe I'd survive.
Kiyomi sighed, fixing her glasses.
You complain like this too much. You've passed every test. Mostly with C's or B's. I want A's.
I meant A cups because I made the D's joke.
Not everyone needs to have straight A's. She sort of has a point. You're also wasting your time. You could be reading that book.
I slumped in my seat, picking up the book and started to look it over.
I never want to see another triangle after this class. Screw the triangles. It's language studies that I hate. When am I going to need to know all these dead letters?
Kiyomi shook her head, pulling out a pair of headphones.
Did you pick studying music or something, Kiyomi? No. I'm canceling noise with my noise-canceling headphones.
She put on the headphones and went back to her reading. Izumi and I figured out what she meant and looked at each other in defeat.
So, we're the noise. I guess.
I sighed deeply, passing the math book to Izumi. It hit her in the head with a thick thud.
I'm gonna practice writing English. Maybe I can write about eating a banana or something.
There's 3 specific things that happen. This is one of them. There's the Christmas party, or the date, and then there's a third part that I can't remember, but it's basically these. Izumi shut the book she was reading and took mine.
What color would the banana be? The banana be? Maybe red?
Kiyomi rubbed her forehead, sighing.
I can hear this idiocy even with the headphones. Go back to physics land, Kiyomi. I'm going to draw triangles while Himeka eats a red banana. What a bunch of stupid classes.
I forced myself to get back to work. As much as I hated exams, I understood why these classes were so important. Just why were triangles so complicated? It's like 1, 2, and 3. I asked Nanami if I could watch her as she baked something. I got her permission as I headed over to the bake room. She seemed particularly into it when I got there, and only glanced up to give me a welcoming smile. Not wanting to mess with her flow, I stood nearby and watched her as she prepared the dough for cookies. As I expected, she was very meticulous with her motions when making food. I wonder if she did everything the way she baked or did homework. Well, everything of that type. She wasn't as skilled with talking to people or eating bananas.
Alright, that should do it.
She walked away from the... Nanami walked away from the oven, wiping something from her apron.
It'll be about 15 or 20 minutes.
You look pretty amazing when you're making food, Nanami.
She blushed, clutching her hands in front of her chest.
I just want to make sure that I don't make any mistakes.
I wondered if it was the stress of worrying about mistakes that ended up causing the mistakes that she did make.
As far as I can tell, you did well this time. At least we have the timer just in case you forget.
Yeah.
We sat together in silence as we waited for the cookies to bake. Faster! Remember when she went crazy? I hope she goes crazy soon. I don't want to have to deal with her being normal the whole time. Silence felt awkward, but I wasn't sure what to talk about. When I was about to say something, the timer went off.
I'll get it.
Chloe seemed scared by the alarm, so her movements were jerky when she went to take out the cookies. She hit me in the face with the pan. It caused a searing pain across my face. After checking them, she scooped them off the sheet and onto the plate. She presented the plate to me.
Here.
I took one hesitantly.
Aren't you gonna try one first? Don't you want to know what it tastes like? If you like them, I don't want to get in the way of you eating as much as you want. I made them all for you, after all.
I don't want to eat what I put in there. I put some crazy stuff in there. I felt the heat in my face as I swallowed. To hide my embarrassment, I took a bite of the cookie.
This is good. You should try one. If you're sure.
Nanami took one from the plate and put it in her mouth.
Oh no, I'm allergic. You're right. This is better than usual. Maybe having someone to bake for makes them taste better.
I took another cookie, afraid of saying anything embarrassing if I tried to respond too quickly.
I'm glad I could help you, then.
Nanami giggled with joy. She took a seat next to me, and we shared the rest of the cookies. Maybe I should offer to help her out sometime. At any rate, I'm glad I'm going out with Nanami. I laid down my bed, exhausted. This is the third part. This is the one that I forgot. Today marked the end of semester. I had finished my exam just minutes ago. Starting now, the school gave us a few weeks off before the next semester began. Some girls were probably packing up to go home for New Year's, but most of them, like me, were going to be sticking around. That's just how board schools work, though. I got used to it, since I could talk to my family on the phone or on social networks anyways. It was kind of nice being away from home with no homework or classes to deal with, but if only the closest town wasn't almost an hour away by bus. Yeah, but I don't. But yeah, this is the. I get cookie route. This is the cookie route. That's why her name is Cookie on the list. Cookie's wispy. Nah, next stream. Next time we play this game, I'm probably gonna do Oh One Eye or what is it, Kiyomi? I don't know. It's the white friend. I was thinking about the winter break when I realized that Christmas was this week. I sat up wondering what I should do. Not everyone considered Christmas a big deal, but I liked it. My parents always gave me at least 1 or 2 presents each year. Aside from presents, I was told Christmas was a romantic holiday. You're supposed to spend Christmas Eve with someone you loved. I'm gonna spend Christmas Eve with you, chat. Maybe we could try to set up a Christmas party with my friends. We could go into town and buy presents and then do a gift exchange. Or should I try something else instead? I decided to call up Nanami and ask her to spend Christmas Eve with me. After telling her what my idea was, I waited for her response. You want more cookies, Fizzy? Bro, she's made so many.
Nanami?
I waited for a response.
Nanami? I like that idea. So, my room on Christmas Eve? Okay. I'll see you then.
I had to take a few deep breaths after hanging up. I had a date for Christmas Eve. No, Nanami. Sorry, I'm making gorilla noises, my bad. I tapped nervously on the book I had on my desk. Nanami was a bit late. I was starting to doubt my idea of a gift for her. An old cookbook I happened to have in my school supplies? That wasn't a thoughtful gift, more like giving away trash. A knock at my door made me jump, forcing me to forget about my worries for a moment. Hurrying to answer, Nanami smiled at me as I let her into my room. In her hands was a small cake, looking recently frosted.
Merry Christmas! Did you bake this? Yeah.
Sorry, Turtle. Turtle took over.
I was actually going to buy one since it was so last minute, but they ran out of cakes at the dining hall, so I had to make my own. I hope it was worth being late.
I waved away her concern, hoping to bring a smile back from earlier.
It's fine. I'm really happy that you went through the trouble.
Nanami grinned, a light chuckle coming from her lips.
It's not a very fancy cake, but I hope you like it. Well...
I made a cake for you. I took a deep breath, knowing I'd blush from embarrassment the moment I finished saying this.
You've put a lot of love into it, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. It will be fine. Himeka!
She beamed at me, and I felt my heart pound at how cute she was. Trying to change the subject, I went over to my desk and grabbed the cookbook.
You don't have to take this if you don't want to, but...
I handed it to her. She put it aside the cake to take a look at the... She put it aside the cake to take a look at the book.
It's an old cookbook that I brought during my first year. My parents thought it would be useful at a boarding school, but I mostly have eaten from the dining hall. I don't know if any of it would be new to you, though.
Nanami shook her head with a slight smile.
Maybe I can find something new to try out. I've been baking for you a lot lately. Maybe I could try something different. As long as it's something you'll eat, I'll at least try to make it.
I had to take a seat to avoid toppling from the surge of feelings that gave me. She was such a devoted girlfriend. I need to do more for her.
I look forward to it.
We sat down together to eat the cake. It was simple as advertised, but it was fresh. And then I ate her cake. Again. At one point, Nanami lifted her fork to my mouth. Sensing her intent, I reluctantly took a bite. While my face burned red, Nanami simply grinned to herself.
Maybe one day we can be a couple like in my books. Maybe... Your books?
Nanami nodded.
I'm not ready to share them with you yet. They're not age appropriate.
She's feeding Yuri!
But one day...
She trailed off without any sign that she would finish the thought. I blushed at the thought of what she might mean. Dude, we got it on this one. We're just getting diabetes type 2.
I'll wait for that day then.
And we'll read it together, and then we'll kiss, and then we'll fall in love again, and then I'll eat your cake, freshly frosted. If it was what I thought it was, Nanami had to be ready before she'd share any of that information with me. I didn't want to rush her into talking about that sort of thing before she was ready.
Now, let's see what you have here.
Nanami opened up the cookbook, flipping through the pages.
I didn't know that ingredient went with noodles. Which ingredient? Zaza!
As the night went on, we finished the cake and began pointing over the cookbook's recipes. I felt like tasting most, if not all of these recipes in my future. Well, as long as Nanami was the one cooking. Yeah! I like how this one okay, so this isn't crazy. They are just very different. Cause like, we went with Shiori and it literally was we just played games and like we just hung out and like she was like, you love me for me, not just because I'm pretty, and then we had to lie and say we like you because you play games, and we don't even care about games. We don't even know what Terraria is, or some dumb thing that because we're not a gamer in this game. And then and then Izumi was like, I want to make you remember this Christmas. I got an extra gift. I was in the library to look for something to read in my free time, and I noticed Nanami looking through the DVD collections. Deciding to go see what she was looking for, I walked over and whispered to her.
Hey, Himeka, what are you up to?
Nanami looked at me frowning.
I'm trying to find a movie to watch, but I'm not liking these options here.
She was holding 2 movies in her hand. I glanced over them, noting that they were both listed as R15, rated 15.
These look pretty intense. How did you end up looking in this section? Well, I'm a pervert. I'm a filthy, filthy pervert.
Nanami put the DVDs back and then turned to me again.
I feel like I'm maybe how do you put it? Sheltered, I guess. Since I was spoiled by my family, I don't know certain things or expect things that aren't realistic.
Yet you're still great at schoolwork.
So I thought watching movies that only older people can watch will show me the kind of things that I need to be more mature.
That's not quite how that works, I think.
Nanami sighed, playing with her hands.
What should I do then? I love it. I love it so much. I love it.
I don't know about... actually, Shiori, we full-on went on a date, by the way. And, Izumi, like... Shiori, we had just had a full, like, relationship. And Izumi, I hope you're not doing that with friends. The way she got me on Christmas, that's crazy.
Honestly, I think you don't need to worry about trying to become more mature. I think you'll figure things out well enough on your own.
Really?
Yeah. You may have been sheltered or spoiled or whatever, but you're a better learner than you give yourself credit for.
Nanami smiled, blushing a bit.
I'm happy to hear something like that from you.
I took her by the shoulder and led her away from the R15 movies.
Why don't we get a romance movie or something? Something a little tamer. We can watch it together if you have time.
I have time.
Nanami was almost bouncing with excitement. I saw her jubblies bouncing as well, as she looked through the shelves for something to watch. She was really cute, going from shelf to shelf looking for the right movie. I guess I underestimated how much she'd like to watch a movie with me. I had originally planned to read a book, but I think I could skip a day of reading to spend time with Nanami.
Let's try this one. The guy is a famous sports star, but the girl doesn't like sports until she meets him.
I know this one! We did this one earlier!
It sounds like it could be cute, and both of the leads are attractive.
She failed and then began elbowing me.
Stupid bitch!
Let me tell you, I don't like how that was just thrown in there and it never came up again. We never addressed it, we just moved on. I'm a little tense, I'm like, is something bad gonna happen?
Alright, let's check out the DVD and see for ourselves.
Heading over to Nanami's room, we got ready to watch the movie. We sat against Nanami's bed, using pillows for her support. As we sat up, Nanami brought out some pastries and handed them to me on a napkin.
I made these for you during my last club meeting.
Thank you. I really should repay you for this one day.
Oh god, it's 12:07. It's midnight. I have work at 5:30 in the morning. Well, 4.5 hours of sleep for me and then sleeping in the afternoon. Yay!
Don't worry about it. I like doing this for you.
Nanami is angelic when it comes to her baking. I want to take her to the hell. I want to be the succubus to her angel. I'd ask for a lot more in return if I had her skills. And I'd give it to her. The reciprocated cooking. We started the movie, both of us paying close attention. As the movie went on, the female lead became more and more interested in sports, and her love interest, as we expected. What I didn't expect was Nanami's commentary.
Just a kiss, huh? That's not a lot, considering what they've been through so far.
Hey Fizzy, what do you think should happen?
What do you think should happen? Maybe they could have made out.
As we continued the movie, I noticed that Nanami seemed disappointed by a lot of the romantic scenes, despite liking the rest of the movie. Near the end, she shook her head at the big romantic conclusion, where the leads kissed for one last time.
Maybe it's just me, but it feels kind of wasted that they didn't do more. They're both really attractive actors. It'd be nice to at least be encouraged to imagine them in bed together. I want them to grab my hair and pull it and elbow me in the face and be like, and then I'm like crying, and I want you to spin my face and tell me how horrible I am, and then I want you to kiss me and then tell me how much you love me and that it's okay.
I coughed on my surprise when I heard her say that. I hadn't expected that to have been the problem.
Well, it's a family movie, so they couldn't suggest that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Nanami shrugged, looking at me.
Well, I liked it for a family romance movie, but I was hoping for a little more.
Do you want to see a love scene?
You want to see what? A love scene?
It'd probably be censored, but I'd like to at least think that the lovers did something like that. Like we could.
I think I get that. After all, one day Nanami and I might want to do more than just hug or kiss. One day? Thanks. Bro, how did Izumi just go to town with us on Christmas and then she's like,
Oh man, I just really want them to pork.
and we're like, no.
I'll see if I can find a movie like that then, or something else maybe.
It's gonna be a P and with an N, and it's gonna be a yes or no.
Oh, you don't have to.
It's fine, just think of it as a gift from your girlfriend.
Nanami's eyes went wide, and her cheeks went red. Then she smiled and nodded.
Okay, I like that idea.
She leaned in and kissed me, and I gave her a kiss back.
I'll go return this for you. Thanks for letting me watch it with you.
No, thank you for all the things you've done today.
I chuckled, getting up to get the DVD. After I had everything I brought, I said goodbye and left Nanami's room. I felt like I learned something new about Nanami today, and that made me feel good. There's still a ways to go before we can fully understand each other, but I hope we can keep learning things about each other like this. Alright, we're done. I have to go to bed. I have to sleep for 4.5 hours, and then go to work. Boom. The People's Elbow! Okay, we're gonna change her name from Cookie Drop, because it's the elbow drop. Bartleby, you literally stream, like, when I wake up. Shut the hell up, man. I know your sleep schedule is messed up. I know it's worse. You wake up at 6 a.m. my time, and you're awake at 12 a.m. my time. I'm having an Arizona green tea break. Dude, you're lucky you're not in my Discord. I stalk people in my Discord. I look when people are on there. And then, like, I full on just, like, I look at the games they're playing. I look at what they're saying. Oh, I have to deal with an artist asking sleep who. Yeah, Fizzy. It's midday for you. Calm down. Like, we get it. You don't live in North America. Okay, cool. You're so much better than me for that. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting some merch I ordered because I live in Canada, and they say you don't get shipping to US because US stinky. So I sent them an email and I was like, "Hey, I live in Canada. Why don't I get my shipping? Is it because it's North America and not US?" If they say US specifically, they don't say America. If they said America, I'd be like, okay, that's North America for some people. Anyways, thank you for hanging out. I'm glad to hang out with you. It's lovely to have you here, Moggy. I hope you sleep well. Bartleby, lovely to have you here lurking. I hope you enjoyed your time. And Fizzy, Fishman, thank you for hanging out. It's always great to see my #1 founder show up. Good luck with work. Bye bye. Good night. Sleep well. Have a lovely day. Bye.